Good luck in game number 1, and we'll send it over to our casters, OD Pixel and Fogged.
Oh, there we go. He didn't do anything. He was just chilling. He let the players have this one here for game 1. We'll see if that works out for Moon and the boys here on Tundra coming into this series against NAVI Junior.
Coming out to start, Crystallis gets a deny on the bounty rune. His Treant was able to sneak onto the other side, so they get a 2-for-1 exchange. And that's it, because the other one was denied. Saksa, he's going to be creep pulling. We already see he's got the Wind Lace with the Night Stalker. He's going to be playing the double melee lane versus the Doom and the Ringmaster, so they'll be able to have answers for that. And Whitemon has changed. He's a changed man. He's watched the ways of Miposhka. They've played Twin Terror 5 games in a row on the Jakiro. He's now going for the Icebreaker. Yeah. Which I don't know.
You never were converted to the Twin Terror lifestyle,
really
right? You still stuck with the Icebreaker.
Yep, it just feels, it does 200 damage when it breaks too. I don't know, I feel like the damage is there. But anyway, whatever, I don't want to just talk about that. But important to say, because Miposhka never went for the Twin Terror, and I feel like he's been playing the best Jakiro so far. So, let's see how these lanes end up going down. Bottom lane, same thing for Na'Vi. It's going to be creep pulling, so Whitemon will be trading with Zayats plus Treant, hitting them pretty effectively.
Yeah, Whitemon's giving them quite a hit there.
With the Twin Tower, it would have been very useful there, of course. And these, but yeah, it's about the game. It's not only about the lane in some situations, as we've talked about. And BZM playing his signature Morphling in the lane versus the Storm Spirit. He likes to play this hero a lot, and he has counterpicked it versus Storm in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice lane, right? You shouldn't die as the Morph. You're going to be able to farm. You're going to be able to get those 1 charges, so if there is ever any threat, likely you are going to have that burst heal to save yourself. You should be able to farm pretty easily here in this bit.
Yep, absolutely. You have a good base damage advantage, you have a great animation, so you get a couple extra, denies, and you can play around it. BZM, I like to see this Morph mid because it's just different from usual Morphs, where Morph is just a passive hero. When Morph's mid, he's playing around the Morph, being active, looking to make some plays. So definitely something fun to keep tabs for. Hyped up to watch this match, though. NAVI Junior, a lot of teams and a lot of just fans overall have just been watching them, hoping for some success for them. Yesterday did have some struggles, of course, versus their literally their big brothers, kind of in a way, got dominated. So let's see how they do going versus Tundra with their own approach, right? Their own kind of style of drafting. They don't have a traditional carry. Got the Juice likes to play his Doom carry.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll see. Because I mean, do you still like the carry Doom, the idea behind it?
Mixed. Okay. I will say mixed. Mid lane, Niku. Oh. Was that up? I think one of the first hits before we actually.
In my opinion, before we went over to either way, it was very close.
It was so close, but wow, Niku's got to be careful to not get bullied too hard. Yeah, these lanes for Tundra are very strong across the board that they have set up. Having the Nature's Prophet plus the Jakiro versus this double melee is always going to be strong until level 3 comes. I mean, even when 3 comes out on PMA, this feels like a lane that it's very difficult to take advantage of versus.
Yeah, you just get bullied by this Jakiro.
Yeah, you just get bullied by Jakiro, and then a tree just comes in, zones you even more. Definitely going to be a slower start, as we've seen for a lot of these Dark Seers. But Zayats, he'll get the double stacks going. Does he actually connect with both? He does. Nicely done from Zayats. So throws the shards north, gets the secondary one. So he'll have those stacks for the Dark Seer. And since we see lane pulling coming out, Saksa is looking to contest even behind the tower versus got the Juice. So going to force that lane to push out. He actually used Scorched Earth, so it's going to kill this triple range creep that would have potentially denied almost a whole wave. So that little move that Saksa did is going to perhaps get that lane equilibrium in a good spot for mid one.
Bottom.
Level 2 still.
Trying with the setup here on a Whitemon, but Whitemon's got the dual breath.
Is it enough?
Snowball's going to come in, closes the gap on towards Whitemon. See if they can finish off the Jakiro. They can. PMA with the remainder of that surge as well will be able to keep his distance from Crystallis. So they get the first blood, and they won't lose anything themselves there, NAVI Junior.
Committing for the kill. Had a lot of stick charges on PMA. Able to still use the double ion shell to get that kill. No trade kill coming out.
Saksa.
They might go again bottom right away. PMA's very low.
He's got surge.
It's going to be close. The damage that ticks. Oh, 20 HP, he'll survive.
Same time, though. Other side of the map. Riddies will be able to chase down mid one. We've got the Juices. Saksa on his way back from swinging over towards the mid to get the water room. Wasn't quite in the area to help out.
Must have got clipped by the secondary Impalement Art. He actually put the second point in Impalement Art. We see a lot of other players actually take the second point and tame the beast because of how high the top end damage at level 2 is. but does want to, I guess, have the secondary one for the chase, since Sox is just pulling waves. That makes sense. Scouting out the camps and blocking. You see Whitemon already addressing versus that Darkseer Tusk.
That's hangs up.
This is his job. Drag waves, try to catch couriers.
Oh, yeah,
And he'll get one.
He'll get on top of it, yeah. He's trying to mess with Saxa here, got the juice.
He'll get some good damage on it.
With the Impalement Arts connecting, that'll be a kill, yeah, so nicely done there. It kind of works well between the two of them, right? You get him, slam him down with the sword, and that little bit of a setup gets the Impalement Arts connections very easy.
Versus these tankier heroes, right? The percent damage absolutely comes into play versus the Centaur and even Night Stalker early. High HP pool. Does make the difference to get that kill there.
Very good early kills here from NAVI Junior.
Yep, and fun things to point out too, always have to highlight this when you're playing the Ringmaster versus the Night Stalker. The souvenirs, usable while you're silenced. So there's a lot of plays that you can actually do. You can fart on the Night Stalker, you know, with the whoopee cushion to get out of the cloud.
What's up?
You save yourself. As top, you got the creep, the slow from it is a lot here from Juice.
Oh! And under the tower, they'll be able to dive in and get him.
This ghost creep, the frost attack. Absolutely massive and an instant TP.
They're playing this really nice. I mean, you know, we know this is something that Got the Juice loves to do, this safe lane Doom. Did TP back to base there, though. I thought he was going to TP over to Tier 1, so potentially a bit of a slip up there, because could have gotten away.
He hit 6.
Tier 1, and indeed is enough to get him back under the Tier 2, just far enough that this rotation that did, of course, include Crystallis swinging over, does not warrant them a kill.
The final creep that was literally dying right past the Tier 1, it actually gives him that 6, so he's able to break that sprout.
Might get the tower, though, here, by the looks of it.
Probably.
Fortification's going to come in.
He has TP, but he's still got to regen a bit, so you have time to make it back. Do they have anyone else that wants to rotate also? I mean, the tower's dead.
That's an early tower.
Dude, what is going on with these creeps getting the last hits on the towers every time we watch?
Yeah, these pro players, they keep missing these tower CSs.
Saxa, he's got the fear. He's got backup.
Oh, good shots.
The snowball return.
And Saxa will die. So, you know, NAVI Junior, they got what they came for. They forced a lot of reactions. Sure, they lose something in return, but ends up just being a support for a support.
Good aggressive plays either way. They're looking to make these independent moves.
Got the juice.
A bit far forward.
He was not ready for Whitemon to be there, waiting up on the high ground. Can he get himself out of this? Ice Path catches him. There's no escape.
That was way too aggressive.
Yeah, I guess just with all the action that just went down around the Tier 1 bottom, in his head he's like, well, there's no one else here.
I think maybe he
Whitemon
was like, oh, Centaur's showing there. I can go steal the Shrine of Wisdom or something. I'm not sure. That was a very bold attempt there from Juice. He's hurt his early game a lot now with that.
Yeah, that's a rough death.
That's a really
because that, honestly, on top of the TPing back to base rather than the Tier 1 tower, that's hurt him a lot in a lane that, I don't know, a minute or so ago was looking pretty good. They were getting kills.
Niku looking to rotate. Should be able to finish off mid one. It's going to cost all of his mana, but they've got it. Looking to salvage things with these lanes, but these lanes are definitely an issue already. We see across the board the 3 cores farming very well on the side of Tundra.
Yeah, BZM, of course, just having a completely free game from the mid.
Untouched.
Was not slowed down at all. Very nice matchup for him.
Oh, Whitemon. Is he actually just
That's a lot of money.
And steal them? Oh, my goodness. Kill him for that. Can they?
And that's the thing. BZM is around.
He's got backup. Yeah, they'll be able to commit now. But they're scared too. BZM's too scary.
And the shards don't trap Whitemon.
3 heroes in the area, and they couldn't actually contest versus the Shakira walking up.
Bottom. Looking for PMA.
Surge is about to end, but he's TPing forward. Cancels the TP. Not going to go for that kill.
On top lane.
Hit one.
They're doing everything they can to just try and continue to give Got the Juice these kills up top by just ganking mid one constantly.
Hey, they're bullying mid one, but the other 2 cores are not really feeling too much contest. As we see, the Morph and the Nature's Prophet, they're not really being touched too much. Maybe just wanting to try to enable Got the Juice, like you said. Just try to get him that extra gold since he did, you know, get that touch back before, but interesting. Now it's just 2 supports that need to make a lot of moves happen in this early game on the side of NAVI Junior. And they do have good aggression between the 2 of them. They have a lot of damage that these 2 can provide, especially if they're Ion Shelled. See if they can close the gap on Crystallis. They want to get one of these big core kills now.
Here we go. Charts. A little short again there. Get the wheel down. And we'll block off Sax's retreat. PMA trying to lead forward. They'll get the Doom down onto Crystallis. So Crystallis, he's gone. Now PMA dives in for more. Gets in on top of Sax under the tower. Now they can surround Whitemon, find themselves the third kill, and not lose anything themselves.
Very nice play. Recognizing the Nature's Prophet is absolutely killable. They have ways to close the gap with the Darkseer and the Tusk. Can't finish off the tower entirely, so they're going to back off to their lanes before that. Juice setting up for top. BZM is here with the haste rune. Juice might have to be careful how he shows. And he shows himself.
We're in. And indeed with the TP over, there's more than enough damage to kill him off when he's alone.
Surprised that he tries to actually drag the creep aggro there at this point. In 10 minutes, this is usually when that tower just ends up getting full pressured, so it does give up his life. Soxa on the other side will do the same thing.
This bottom half of the map continues to get NAVI Junior kills.
3 to 11. Racking themselves up kills, but Tundra keeping that down.
That's the thing, right? The farm's good for Tundra. And this is a game, right, where, you know, there's a Doom on the other side, and at the moment he is just sort of continuing to be in a very unexciting area in terms of farm.
And honestly, Niku, he is struggling a bit this game so far on. Being in that matchup versus the Morph, we're seeing a 1,600 gold separation between the two of them there. And there is definitely answers for Storm this game. Playing versus Night Stalker, it's always going to be annoying in the mid game. If he gets on top of you even once, they usually will have ways to close that gap as well. Just standard items built, not seeing any deviation at all on the side of Tundra, as expected. They're playing with the Morphling mid, so he just goes his standard items, and P goes his standard items. NAVI Junior looking to strike again onto mid. Wow, they really want to kill mid one a lot.
I'll drop the wheel as well, make sure that it's an easy kill.
Taking a lot of damage back, though, the Blade Mill. Do they have any shovels? They do. So Riddy's got a shovel to at least replenish Niku's HP.
Saxa. Checking out what's going on here. They have obviously got these ancient stacks going, Navi.
It's nighttime also, and Sox is about to hit 6. So they're starting to get this scouting. Once he hits 6-2, he can just fly up and get even more scout. BZM finds a DD. They might look to steal these ancients. NAVI Junior might have to rotate the squad. They don't want to lose this. It's quad ancients.
It's a little risky for BZM to go for, unless he's got...
He's got backup. He's going in.
I guess with the 4 of them in the area, and obviously a potential Crystallis TP, Tundra can hold this spot pretty nicely.
Maybe Zayats just makes the call since it's 4 heroes, and he just soaks the experience. Yeah, it looks like that is going to be the case. He's trying to look for maybe like a potential snipe play on BZM, let's say. But BZM staying too healthy at the moment.
He's going to get them all, BZM.
Centaur ult as well, bottom. They're already on top of PMA.
They'll try and run away, but the Sprout will trap him.
Clean move from Tundra in that last minute or two. The farm actually did go up from NAVI Junior in the meantime because they have the Midas on the Doom, and he gets the Devour off, so he does get a good chunk of gold down in the meantime. Same thing with Niku farming, but losing their Ancient stack. Painful, as BZM is off to an amazing start here. Level 11 already done for him.
And how are they going to kill this Morphling?
Niku, nice path. They've got the secondary break, but they've got the save. So killing the Morphling, it's the Doom, pretty much, at this early point in the games. Not a whole lot of other ways to bring BZM.
But I guess got the juice, obviously, with his build. He's not going to have a Blink Dagger anytime soon, right? As this carry Doom wants to get the Radiance into the Manta. We are seeing, by the looks of it, maybe the Shadow Blade or something will come after that then will be his tool to initiate. It's going to be a slow game from him.
It absolutely will. And it's definitely not going to be the easiest target at all. Like in those team fights, it's still going to be like the pump up of the arms. He'll have to play around.
Because at that point, when he's got Radiance, Manta, Shadow Blade, or whatever he wishes to go, there's probably going to be Manta, Lincolns, and things to throw out as well onto the Morph.
Mid one again, taking the gank. Blade Mail returns a decent amount to Niku again. And Riddies will claim another. Sometimes, I swear, these Ringmasters get every last.
Look at the last hits.
6-0 and 4. This is actually not a bad scenario for Ring to get last hits, I would say. Sometimes I'm a little critical on supports taking it. But if he gets Atos, it's, pretty damn good this game. Versus that Morph until before he's got the Manta.
Yeah, just against the Stampede, right, in general.
it's going to be pretty good. Of course, would have liked to maybe give 1 or 2 more of those to Juice, but that's okay. It happens. Juice, as we said, Doom is available. Zayats. Trying for Saksa. This is not the easiest play here. There's backup coming in as well for Tundra. Zayats.
I mean, the TPs are coming in for NAVI Junior.
They bailed this Tusk out.
They'll get this sprouted, and they're not going to be able to do anything in return in NAVI Junior.
They're looking to fight. They're bringing 4 heroes, though.
It's risky. I don't know if they want to chase.
Yeah, there's a Stampede at the ready. It is daytime, but there is Dark Ascension at the ready, too. Tormentor, they're set up for it top. Since there's a Night Stalker, it is that opposite position for it. They're just going to smoke and fight.
I mean, they know that they can get kills pretty easy here, Tundra, with the numbers.
Saksa.
This could be tough for NAVI Junior. He's in, gets the silence. They've got the Stampede moving in position. The escape pack will come out to try and bail out the Storm Spirit. They'll drop down the Wheel of Wonder. Can Niku get out of there? He can. The wheel controls Saxa and mid one. NAVI Junior able to hold their own in the fight.
And Niku lives.
So
100
they can even chase down for more. Got the juice. Closing the gap onto Whitemon. Niku, easily enough mana to close in and ensure that NAVI Junior get a third. Tundra, I think they were pretty... They felt very confident looking for that fight. Doesn't go as expected. I mean, Saxa even getting in with the silence, there was still the chance for them to get the escape act off and just give that chance to keep Niku alive.
I think it was both things, right? It's the escape act, but it's also PMA had the pipe right before the fight. So look how much damage actually blocks out. Niku was going to die if that pipe doesn't come out here. So pipe plus escape act, he blocks an insane amount of that damage.
Now, Riddy's just, he smashed that team fight, got the escape act off, and then got out, got the wheel in onto the 2 of them. I believe it also connecting with the Tame the Beast as well on both of them. So he just completely handled that frontline effort of Tundra to just go for the team fight.
These Ringmasters, Owen, swear some of these games, they just get so much done in the early game. And is that his Atos pretty much done, I believe?
After that fight, I would imagine so, right?
Or did he deviate?
Oh, no, he bought someone else, right?
It looks like he picked up something else. We've seen a bunch of Blinks picked up, but he decided to go Glimmer this game.
Okay.
Playing versus the Night Stalker, that is annoying. Then the NS has to carry Dust in most situations as well to be able to find the backline. And Riddy is with all these kills, too. Have to just keep talking about it. He has 6 souvenirs that he can play around as well. And now they get the, so yeah, as we saw pointed out also, the Shard for Zayats being gifted from that Tormentor. Actually pretty decent when you're playing versus Stampede.
Absolutely,
Keeping people stuck inside of it can be relevant.
That makes them have to run that extra distance to get all the way around the walls of it.
Really like that aggressive move there. Even though they're playing into the potential NS ult, we just saw, with the pipe, that 5-man, NAVI Junior feeling their strength. Yeah,
and again, that was Tundra that were absolutely the ones signing up for that fight.
100%.
And I said, I can't really blame them because it did look like it was going to be a solid chance for them to go for it.
Yeah.
NAVI just outplayed them.
Yeah, they need to, I mean, they need to solve this Ringmaster problem at least.
Yeah, I think, for Saxa, that Ringmaster just shot up on the list of priorities for him in these team fights. Next time, that's all Saxa's going to be thinking about, just getting on top of him, making sure that Riddies can't play the fight.
Mid tower, NAVI Junior able to get this pressure while they're also farming with Got the Juice. His Radiance is coming soon. Keep forward jump, Niku. Looking for Saksa. Shouldn't happen. 13 Galvanize. Continues to rack it up. Another jump too. Whitemon shows himself.
Yeah, Niku could close in. Should be another one here. I mean, TP's coming in from mid one. I don't know if he wants to finish the TP. Okay, he does. They've got the pipe, though. Vacuum down on the 2 of them. The wheel laid down. Midbon will pop the Stampede, but he's sucked into the Wheel of Wonder. He's dead. And Niku, he's got enough mana to get away. They will lose Riddies, but the rest of NAVI Junior get out. BZM.
He's continuing still chasing.
No, he's not going to be able to go up there.
15 Galvanize. Just Niku committing for these kills. We'll be able to get a couple setups there. Does get the mana replenished too. He's got insane mana regen, so is able to get that back even though he gets caught there for a second. Crystallis gets a big kill though. A huge amount of gold handed to him once he gets Riddies. They're going for Roche. No Stampede available. Dark Ascension is at the ready for Tundra, but a lot was used. NAVI Junior confident to just go for this play.
And they're going to get away with it.
They are. Pretty unexpected, honestly. Pretty clever move. With the tag team, being able to do this at a pretty sustained level. And not at a bad pace either. And they've got the best Aegis carrier. They've got the Storm. Niku going for Whitemon.
He's making so many plays on this Storm.
He's killing it, Owen.
Yeah, you know, the lane was not easy. He wasn't able to. Well, he wasn't able to offensively sort of shut down BZM, the enemy mid, and obviously in farm, there's still quite the gap between what he and BZM are able to get out of this game. But in terms of making the plays, getting kills on the board, yeah, Niku, he's stepping it up, and he's in the right place, the right time.
Absolutely. But in typical Tundra fashion, I do want to say, I've seen a lot of games of this where it's like 6 to 20.
Sure, and it doesn't matter for
gold
them.
lead, right?
Sure.
They are very good about farming around the map, so yeah, NAVI Junior absolutely still want to apply this pressure versus this team because they just are very good about playing the map still. But yeah, Niku, loving what we're seeing right now from him. No pipe still for mid one too. As he said, they put so much attention onto this center.
Yeah, they bullied him big time.
It's making a big difference. Like, he's got blade mail, and his timings are also totally shot on the centaur too. The pipe is going to be very late compared to what we've seen from a lot of these centaurs, actually. Literally 1 in 8. This must be the highest deaths on an offlaner that we've seen at a 20-mana mark at this event, I think.
Nah, I don't know. We've had some rough offlaners.
It's a lot of deaths, though.
Is this? I guess true. Most of the time, I guess because he's on a center, right? He can't really just like do the Sand King thing where he just goes stacking and clearing stacks, right? Yeah. So he has to play out on the map a bit more.
Like the offlane is 2 and 14.
Sure.
Quite a bit of.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, quite a bit of kills that they've been able to set off to them from NAVI Junior. Pressuring mid. Slow poking, slow sieging this tower. There's no glyph for a minute. Niku's bringing this down. And he's got the backup of his Tusk. He's got the double saves behind him. Feels confident to keep hitting it for now.
This is pretty big, yeah.
I mean, 2 tier 2s that they're
I feel like this is the kind of the definition of, as you said, what Tundra like to do. They're like, we don't care. You can take these tier 2s. It doesn't affect our game plan of just farming it up, splitting across the map. We will win eventually. You know, that's definitely the Tundra mindset. And understandably, it works out for them a lot of the time.
It does. We'll see if it does work out for them right now. It's 4K lead. NAVI Junior getting good. I mean, getting 2 tier 2s like that is pretty good control. They didn't finish off the mid one, but essentially it is pretty much dead. And we're just saying, yeah, Crystallis, this is the old stuff. Well, not really old, but Nature's Prophet tech. He's cutting creep waves with the Treant, throwing the ulti out, keeping cutting waves. And that's just going to be Tundra's game plan for a while. Cut waves.
Whitemon.
Let's go.
Not going to get out without CP.
We'll die. I like that they're hunting, right? You know that they know the way Tundra plays too. Like everyone, I think, has started to realize when they've seen Tundra so many times at these tournaments that you can start to just play aggressive, play super aggressive on NAVI Junior. Try to bully when they are just looking to play completely split up around the map. BZM finds himself an illusion, the dream room for cutting creep waves. And perhaps the timing for Tundra will be wait for the pipe on mid one, since we did see a ton of magic damage coming out from the side of NAVI Junior. Then perhaps they'll look for the head-on fight with the pipe plus the BKB that comes out from Crystallis. But NAVI Junior hitting these timings just faster. BKB done for the Storm. And they're the ones looking for the fight.
There we go, indeed.
Takes the Alpha Wolf. On got the juice now too.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh,
that was the
whole BKB.
Yep.
Yeah, that is actually huge.
Sax throwing out a dirty tip as well there. Where's your BKB, scrub?
They're reading the movement.
He got him good.
Crystallis, they get the scan right on top of him. They know how Tundra's playing. They want to hunt him.
Ooh, nice sprout. But doesn't matter. Giants able to close the gap with a blink.
Nice kill. Radius gets the last hit again on the kill. Saksa continues to try to be pesky. He's got the silence.
I mean, Niku, he wants some revenge. You know, Saksa took his courier, took his BKB.
Zayats is like, I got you, buddy.
There we go. They'll get some revenge.
18 galvanize.
And he'll tip him back. Of course, has to come out there.
But he did lose his BKB for the next minute and 40 seconds.
He did.
It's when his Aegis is ticking out too, so they could find a window in those 60 seconds to maybe kill Niku when he doesn't have that BKB. Yet to die though on the Storm, so definitely not the easiest for them to set up onto him. And BZM,
oh, this would be a big catch.
He's under a ward.
They've got the Vortex set up. And he get his way out of this. It's the waveform. Stampede as well. The shards won't grab him.
He didn't throw the Doom out. He was confident that they could kill him without it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. In my head, I'm like, it must have been on cooldown. It was not on cooldown.
He was busy high-fiving and being like, yeah, we're going to kill you without it. But
wait, really? There was a high five thrown in there, but not a doom?
got the juice, put the high five.
Oh, that's a mutant report. He high-fived him and he didn't doom it. My doom, my carry.
You could see he was trying to save it.
Sure.
Right? Like the positioning that they caught him.
But this is it's BZM morph. You gotta kill this man. You throw all the spells at this morphling. He hasn't died yet.
I can just get into the head of the concept of what it was, right? We have 4 heroes on high ground. It's a morphling walking into us. He's dead for sure, right?
That's a bit rough.
That's a big deal.
I mean, I feel like that was the first time they've even seen the morph this game because of how like good BZM's been with where it's farming. You find him, and it's like it's like finding the shiny Pokemon. You got to throw all your Master Balls. You don't mess around with that.
Totally agree. Saksa, I mean, this is going to be his job. Hunt the couriers, get the Blink, play in this pesky area, and just give information. Blink is done, so now he has that tool to prevent Riddies from getting the saves, right? And he's carrying that dust as well, so can potentially cripple Riddies if they do want to commit for a fight at some point soon. But we'll see, as Tundra still being patient.
Let's have a look.
It's daytime, but they do have Dark Ascension, so they could look for a sneaky play. Saksa's going to smoke. Niku, as we said, his BKB's coming out on the courier. Oh, and he does have a shield rune.
Yep.
So has some extra protection from that. And his BKB is coming soon.
I mean, it's just, is this going to win Tundra the game, as it has done many times before? Or is this going to win NAVI Junior the game? You know, are they far enough ahead?
The later
it goes,
the scarier and scarier it gets for NAVI
like,
Junior.
Sure, at the moment you're kind of vibing with well, Tundra, they're getting to do what they're best at, and it does work out.
The onus starts to be on you, on NAVI Junior, to close the game out at some point. Otherwise, they will just continue to do this forever with a Morphin and Nature's Prophet, which scale very hard. So they are hunting. You can see they want to hunt. They want to try to kill. They feel their advantage at the moment. They have a ward on BZM.
Okay.
Here's the jump. He gets the waveform off.
See if they can still catch him. Look at the vacuum. Back into the wall. Won't be able to go for anything else, though. Just Tundra, they are back around the morph completely. So NAVI Junior, they know that they can't really commit for the kill.
They were trying to take advantage, too, of that daytime, but yeah, Saksa pops the Dark Ascension. They get hesitant to be able to commit over this play. And it was an Arcane Rune Dark Ascension, if I'm not mistaken, from Saksa, too. So that's going to be coming back up quite soon as well. 60 seconds until that'll be there. They tried to apply that pressure, though, but immediately, when they don't find it, you see the gold lead starts, from 5K to 3K. Tundra doing what they do. Aghanim's finished up for Whitemon.
Oh.
He usually buys a defensive item in between, so this tells me a lot.
He's chilling.
He's chilling. Like, he feels like, okay, I can scale. Because usually you do see him get something like a Force or anything in between. 6 to 23. BKB now forgot the juice.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, they're looking at Niku.
If they can get an initial stun, he can definitely get popped. He sees them, though. He'll be okay for now. Ice Path does clip him, but they don't have a follow-up.
He's got the haste rune as well. They're trying to come in from the side. Maybe NAVI Junior can get someone here. They'll get the setup on a mid one. Mid one should be left behind here.
Bit tanky, but they'll bring him down. Galvanized stack, 22. So for Chrysalis, I mean, he's just racking up the items, waiting for that Revenant Brooch, perhaps. I think he has it done if he wants to. So extra big damage from him now. And daytime still for another minute and 15 seconds, but level 2 Dark Ascension is online for Saksa as well. Ways away from that Nullifier, of course. Playing versus the Ringmaster and the Darkseer, of course. But overall with Night Stalker, this is one of those heroes I think you don't need it as much because you just get on top of the Ringmaster, right, and you prevent him from getting the save. They still have this ward on the side here. BZM. There's a jam on Niku.
Oh.
He's just fighting him.
Niku, you gotta be careful. He's gonna pop the BKB.
BZM. He's alone.
See if they can get him this time.
No way.
Stampede's going to be there.
No way. Is he getting out of this?
It's getting him away. Niku's got a little bit more mana. And we get the Vortex into the Impalement Arts. They get the Factory Drop back. This time they get him out. Absolutely. I love it.
They're coming in.
You don't mess around. See if Niku, escape pack, not going to save him. Niku goes down. Got the juice, he's got the BKB, but he's taking so much damage here from Crystallis. He's dead.
Oh, and it took them so long to kill BZM that the whole squad is here.
Yep, and they're cleaning up in return. They get the Ice Path on towards Riddy. Saxon moves in. See if they can do anything here between the two of them, Riddy's and PMA. PMA's trying to get out through the Twin Gate. He will.
They're going to chase him.
Oh,
going
indeed.
through.
Crystallis is TPing over, ready to try and block him off.
Trying to predict the movement. They see him now.
They do. Saxa closing in as the surge comes to an end. Falls forward here.
He's got it away.
He's going to live.
He lives, but they lose so much, Owen. They lose their gem. It takes them so much to kill BZM. They even have to throw the Doom at the literal last second as he's taking to the death.
I mean, I don't blame him. As I said, after what happened top, you do throw that Doom down onto the Morphling. Yeah. You don't want to mess around.
The Tundra, they come in for the cleanup, the fight that they've been waiting for some time. Crystallis gets a big kill. And now Roche. Next on the menu, I believe Aghanims is done for mid one. Nico had to use entire mana pool to chase out BZM to get the kill, and then puts himself 100 HP or so just gets clipped by a spell and dies. Can respawn though.
Can they contest this? They could give them a fight.
Roche half HP mid one, very low.
Yeah, he's kind of trapped by the shards. Zayat's has got the control on him. Vacuum as well here onto the three of them. They'll drop down the wall. Macropire laid down those Zayats. He won't be saved by the escape act. Ends up dying. And PMA is burning as well. This Macropire is destroying them. Niku, he's got a BKB and run away. He's running very low mana once again. Na'Vi had to back up. The Tundra, they're chasing on. Saxa in on top of Niku. Niku's out of mana. They'll hold back Saxa momentarily with the Atos. Glimmering Niku as well, trying to get him out of here. But BZM closes in. But do they want to dive the high ground? That's the question. Riddy's going to get taken out outside of the base.
This Macropire, holy crap, Whitemon.
They just could not fight into that at all.
He zoned 4,000 damage. He zoned everybody throughout it. And Crystallis able to start just dishing out the damage. He's just standing his ground and hitting. Insane damage we see coming in from Whitemon. I believe he just got the Whispers of the Dread right before this fight too, so extra spell damage, of course, coming into play as Tundra.
Yeah, we'll see it again.
Claim the gold lead for the first time.
You know, it was a tempting start for Na'Vi, right? They catch mid one, very, very low at the beginning of it all, but he does get to press his buttons. You know, Blade Mail Pipe gets off in the team fight, and at this point, just the angle, disgusting here with the Macropile. Like, what do? You just can't keep this fight going.
Oh, and these Stampedes are doing so much work, too. Like, even though mid one, as we talked about, he got focused so much in this game, he's 1 in 10, just the Stampede alone has bailed how many situations?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? He dies there, but he gets everything off.
Exactly.
He gets everything off.
Niku, BKB still on cooldown. Saxa, he's stalking him at the moment. There's always going to be that +1. They've got Crystal, sorry, TPing forward. Niku, oh, oopsie.
Wow.
Little deep anyway. Unsure if they would have continued chasing. As mid one doesn't even need to go for Blink this game. This is one of those games where they don't need to be super active to look for the plays with around him. They just look for that 1 or 2 fight that's very decisive for them to take over with the Morphin NP. And now Aegis on BZM.
Yeah, it'll go for the Blink next.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for the Swift Blink next.
I mean...
No.
Whatever.
That's what he's got queued up.
Blink is fine, because then he can just, always save a position, right? Then he's playing around the workhorse as well to protect his cores. But in this type of game, it feels like it was actually nice for him to have just delayed it. As towers will start to fall. Crystallis, they're going to start knocking on the front door. And they push fast. They have the banner as well.
So what they do, can NAVI Junior find a jump?
Mid to buy an AC, so he's all in on Got the Juice.
Niku. It's going to try and tease around with BZM. The vacuum onto the two of them, not bad, but now the Macropire is laid down. Crystallis, he will die as he gets doomed. Mid-1 was not able to step up and save him in time with the car. NAVI Junior, at the moment, they're able to kite out, stay out of the Macropire. They can play around the edge of the fight, look to bring Mid-1 down low, but Mid-1's in with a Stampede, just gets on top of Niku and finishes him off with the Hoofstomp setup.
Riddy's wasn't in time with the escape act.
Couldn't save him that time. And BZM still happy to stick around. Awesome snowball on snowball action there. Escape pack will come in. The fear on towards him. They kill him the once. There's the Aegis gone, and they're actually going to be able to kill Whitemon as well. See if they can set up to kill off BZM a second time. He's got the BKB. He's turning aggressively towards Niku, and now go for the wave on TP, but they got the punch ready to stop it. They can continue to chase BZM down as the BKB comes to an end. Detection? Well, they kind of didn't have it, but they'll get him anyway as he reveals himself.
I was checking. Did they actually have detection?
They might. I don't think they did, right?
He had used a dust earlier, but I think it had actually.
Yeah, the dust had been earlier and it was on cooldown.
I think he may have.
I think he could have actually walked away. They didn't have a sentry or dust. But anyway, you can never expect that. You can never expect that. So BZM tries to fight back. Indeed, they keep the game going. Did cost them the one buyback on Niku, but absolutely worth it. You stop an Aegis push. They only got your tier 3, and your racks are still alive.
Now we see that. I mean, now he definitely needs to blink on the Centaur. He's queuing differently though. He's actually going BKB because if he had blink there, maybe he can actually workhorse save Crystallis. But looks like he's more worried about just getting controlled, perhaps, because he's getting vacuumed and is getting controlled a bit. But yeah, we'll see what mid one wants to go for, because Crystallis does get brought down pretty quickly when they full commit onto him there. But yeah, like you said, does cost a buyback, a big one too. Niku's.
Yeah, no, good hold. Very good hold and a good start. This time round, the Macropire, like the position was great, but NAVI Junior, they were able to kind of, they didn't feel forced to fight in the center of it, unlike around the Roshan.
Okay, so now I see it from there. I guess because the wheel was zoning him, that's why he wants the BKB to just BKB.
Sure, to get past the wheel.
Past it. Okay. Yeah. Blink is similar though, but whatever.
Now back in action. So that's just gone, and NAVI Junior, can they punish this? Crystallis has the BKB.
Niku.
Got the Stampede as well, trying to get Saxa out there to safety, and they will. They'll save Saxa, got the juice, walks up, gets the Doom, drop down onto Crystallis. Mid-1 trying to take him out of there. He's keeping Crystallis safe for now. They've got the juice on top of Mid-1. Mid-1, will he survive? The Imperial Arts connects. Mid-1 will die,
Niku.
But he saves Crystallis. Saxa's able to get back on top of Niku. Riddies with the TP out will make it. Mid-1, I mean, we're seeing this a lot of times, honestly. Mid-1 dies, but he keeps getting the job done.
Yep.
He absolutely gets the job done. That time round, as we saw, just bailing out Crystallis during the time that he's been doomed. Now, Mid-1, he's given his life for the boys.
No, he absolutely is. And Saxa has gotten this nullifier now at this point, so sticking on targets. He actually does damage, too. So you saw he was wailing on Niku during the whole time of this fight. Ends up finishing him off. And now 70 seconds, no storm.
That's a long time.
50 on Doom, and these heroes push fast.
Yep.
That's potentially 2 sets or more.
Let's see how much Tundra can get. Mid-rank's gone. Over to finish up the bottom.
And they push so fast. I mean, Morphling Nature's probably two of the fastest pushers currently in the meta. Still time. They know
they could swing top as well. And they will.
Yep, could potentially just close out the entirety of NAVI Junior's base with this BZM.
Get the vacuum. Try with the jump. They get the connection on. It wasn't, but they got him control with the Wheel of Wonder. BZM just dies. And now Crystallis' BKB's on cooldown for 2 seconds. He hasn't got BKB ready to press.
Oh my god, NAVI Junior with 3 heroes. Killing the 2 main cores.
They weren't ready for that.
That was
BZM and Crystallis. I mean, that's your mid and your carry dead.
Didn't get the BKB off on BZM, and Crystal still had his on cooldown.
It was still on cooldown, literally for seconds.
Oh, wow.
As he died, it came back up.
Oh, that was so cool. A great move to hang on to the game here.
They just felt too comfortable, I guess. They obviously got away with 2 sets of racks, so still obviously a lot of progress for Tundra. But losing those 2 very high-stake lives there, the Morph and the Nature's Prophet for a failed attempt on the 3rd set of racks, that's quite the opportunity for NAVI Junior to punch back.
No, absolutely. How long on Roche? I mean, it's if they got lucky. Actually, not really. But they could potentially look for Tormentor, maybe if they want to get something out of the map out of it here. But looks like first it's just going to be shove the waves out as far as possible for the next possible fight.
Yeah, they're very close to this super powerful combo, right, when they have the Niku Aghanims. The Aghanims Vortex with the wheel, if you don't have BKB ready or such, that's going to wreck you.
My eyes are mostly actually going to be on PMA, because we didn't get to talk about him that much this game, but he's actually 7-2 and 18 on the Darkseer, and now is where his wall is at the biggest relevance, when he's playing versus these 2 very strong damage-dealing cores. I'm going to be watching just the wall every time now, because they might just kill each themselves on that wall. He's queuing up the Ags next too. And he has BKB, so he should always, I mean, he has anyway, but he should always get a good positioning for his Blink Vacuum plus wall combo.
Yep. Yeah, the team fight is it's pretty deadly from NAVI Junior. You know, as for Tundra, you're kind of looking at Whitemon's Macropire. That's the main aspect of it. Outside of that, though, it's pretty single target focused.
Yeah.
And Tundra's lineup.
Riddy's with this ninja gear. He's just been chilling. Has to make sure that he stays in smoked or hidden in the back lines in most of these fights to be able to protect himself versus Saksa. There's that Ags. Let's see if they can land the Wombo combo on NAVI Junior.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Because the Wombo combo's pretty real from them.
Smoke from Tundra.
Now, BKBs are back up, of course, for the 3 cores on Tundra.
It's about to be nighttime as well, so Saksa's going to be able to scout without his ult. He did get the alert also on his neutral, so he got the alert Ogre Seal Totem on the Night Stalker for vision.
PMA, so they want to go on him. They're going to try. They're going for the Dark Sea. It's a tanky one. They're able to turn here. They'll use the Stampede to reset for now on Tundra.
That was PMA's BKB.
Looking for Riddies with the Nullifier.
I mean, Saksa literally sees everything with this alert. It's absurd how much vision it gives. Like, look at the mini-map, how much vision he actually has. It's literally the whole screen that it provides flying vision. So they'll poke the BKB, but because they use Stampede, Tundra hesitant to push too much further forward. Dark Ascension about to wear off as well. It is nighttime, but they want that flying vision to be able to get that back line on the side of Tundra, but they're going to smoke anyway. Smoke on smoke, both teams looking for the fights.
Yeah, NAVI Junior is not afraid.
Lanes are starting to shove in, so Tundra, they do have, because of these 2 Raxes, they're getting information out of it. Miku will show. Stop that wave for a moment. Double scans coming out. Whitelock.
Do they want to jump this Tundra? Maybe try and poke out a BKB.
Nullifier poked.
See what they can get out of who got the juice. He's keeping his cool at the moment. He's incredibly tanky, of course, with this Butterfly and Satanic.
He has no boots. He's full committed.
Here we go, Saksa.
Diets.
He's going to try and find the task. Got the juice. He's just running in at them, but he's caught with the sprout. The escape pack comes into play. Look at the vacuum out onto the 3 of them. The BKB's out now as well. They'll use the Stampede to back off for now. Zayats attempts to push forward with the punch and the shot. They pick apart Saksa. Saksa will come back in with the buyback. Zayats, he also has the buyback available if he wants to. He's holding on to it for now. So at the moment, just the support for support.
Can he get out? He's in a dangerous spot. Buyback.
Yeah, they'll come back in for this as NAVI Junior. They want to try and see if they can get a catch to the side. They've found BZM in with the punch-up. Snowball to follow-up. There's the Doom. They've got the lockdown. They've got the kill. BZM's gone. Vacuum here onto the 3 of them. They're going to push forward NAVI Junior. Mid-one, he'll move forward, close in. They've got the damage coming out for Crystallis. Got the juice. Got his ground. He's healing up. Got the juice. Caught by the ice pump, but he survives. They couldn't kill the Doom.
The Satanic comes into play.
They could not kill him, and now they turn to Saksa. He'll try and bounce away here with a Seal Totem, but Niku's got mana to spare as he dives in, gets the catch, gets the kill.
Oh, wow, what a
the
fight.
fight's Navi's.
Beautiful individual plays coming in there. But most, I mean, the fact that God the Juice can stand his ground versus Crystallis, he pops that Satanic and just hits him, able to actually survive. I think
he got pretty low.
I think the Strongman tonic, I also maybe even saving him for a second there, because I know Riddies threw it out onto him. All the little things coming into play there for NAVI Junior.
A huge fight for them.
BZM buys back, doesn't see an amp damage.
He was maybe questioning if he could sneak the Roshan, but well, it wasn't going to be the case. Yeah, we'll be able to see, of course, on this your screens how low Got the Juice did get in the middle of that.
I want to see exactly how low, because it literally is like all these little things, right? The auras, of course, helping it, but then the Satanic plus...
Because obviously at this point, he's stunned. He's low. Chris is like, you know, we can absolutely go to try and finish him off. Gets down here by the low 200s. 180.
180,
again.
290. I mean, every little
They
thing
get him close, but they couldn't finish him off. They couldn't finish him off, and that just gave obviously the rest of NAVI Junior the chance to fight back, whilst Tundra was so heavily focused on trying to kill this carry Doom.
Oh, and this the 5-man team fight's still proving to be very strong from NAVI Junior if they've got everyone alive, and yeah, they did. Now he's got Doom applies mute as well.
Yep, wants to get the Nullifier next.
I don't think...
Don't know why he's going to swap out for that.
I mean, you can just disassemble, right?
Oh, that's true. Oh, you think, yeah, at this point you just play without the Radiance.
Yeah, you can just disassemble. if you'd like to.
Yeah, that's probably most likely.
He didn't use the Pyrrhic Cloak in the last fight, though. That's one thing I was going to critique, but, you know, small little things. Either way, they win the fight, and now
They do.
with a good gold lead. Of course, there's still lane pressure that's coming in from Tundra, but now they have an Aegis on the Storm again,
Yep.
and he has Refresher Shard, so...
And BZM doesn't have buyback. You
True.
kill this morph, he's going to be out for good.
And Saksa either. He did use his buyback to rejoin that fight, too. This game is delivering. That top hold, honestly, is what's making the difference here. The fact that the three of them were able to hold versus Crystallis and BZM earlier is what has allowed the game to get to this point now for NAVI Junior. Level 25 soon to be hit for Niku. Tundra. They have this ward.
Oh, they've got the Ice Path Macropyre onto the boat for them. They weren't ready for that there. As Zayats is caught by surprise. Got the juice, will target the Doom off. What's the BKB? He's trying to heal up, but he's kited here with the Sprout controlling him.
Niku.
See if he can get out himself. Texet trying to chase. Niku should be able to TP out here with the BKB. Riddies will not be as lucky.
The ward.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that whatsoever.
I mean, wards win games at late game, and they get caught under vision there, get caught by a double Ice Path. They lose Zayats. 80 seconds, no Tusk. Back the other way where Tundra's going to get a lot of momentum. Crystallis has hit level 25. The Treant is online. Same thing for the Morph, has hit 25 as well, so extra strength. Yeah, Whitemon getting the perfect angle there. And I mean, the distance that he can cast from, too. The magnifying monocle, the lens, the reach that he had there with that Ice Path, maybe just catching them off guard as well.
Yeah, and with that blink on top of it now, he's going to find you. These Ice Paths, these Macropyres, you got to be prepared for them.
And now NAVI Junior, they're not going to have that 5-man that we saw them succeed with. They have to stagger it with the way the respawns are going to be coming in.
That was a rough loss to die like that under that.
And also, we're, you know, perhaps seeing some concerns for the Doom. He can't just get sprouted with this build and just be stuck completely.
That's true. He's not going to weigh out himself right. Not on his own.
No. I was checking. No Seal Totem or anything. BZM will have to back himself away. Niku still has Aegis plus this Refresher Shard.
Of the Vortex. PMA, 3-man vacuum wall setup. And look towards Whitemon first. They're going to be able to kill him off very quickly. That's Whitemon gone. Crystallis pops the BKB and will go for the TP out. Haven't got anything to stop that.
No Tusk for 4 seconds. No way to cancel through BKB.
They pushed them back, NAVI Junior.
They did use Glyph.
They did.
So that next time, that won't be available if Tundra looks to set up. And Tundra can actually just look to TP. Remember, they do have level 25 Nature's Prophet, so trees are going to be coming in. So they have to keep tabs of this top racks on the side of NAVI Junior. These trees could potentially just snipe it.
Oh, interesting as well. So it sells the Radiance and is going to go for the Swift Blink instead of a Nullifier here on the Doom.
So once access into the fight, he can't walk in. Okay.
And I guess probably what
fire for anyway.
Do you think he's going to be looking for Crystallis most of the time, just Blink Dooming the Nature's Prophet?
One of the two, right? Either it's the Morphling or the NP.
You don't have to worry about being sprouted if you Doom the Sprouter.
It's true. They have to doom one of the two of them, but then they also have to make sure they know exactly where mid one is.
Yeah.
He always just gets that save off, so.
Bloodthorn now on BZM. It's going to have crazy damage.
Now he can definitely just focus fire, got the juice through that butterfly.
Because if you get sprouted and caught as this Doom,
you're dead.
And the Nature's Prophet and Morph are able to focus you, he's going to die very, very quickly.
Yeah. Of course, nowadays, Bloodthorn, it's only for you, that True Strike.
Yeah, sure.
Crystallis has MKB, so yeah, he can go right through it anyway. So. And Crystallis, I think he's buying out.
Okay.
He has buyback.
Yeah, he's got enough,
So he's got the full Aghanims consume, plus has the buyback available. Just enough, actually, I believe. 300 surplus. NAVI Junior's pinging that ward that they died to before. They're like, okay, we're aware that this is there. Kill it. I'm looking to do some sneaky positioning here. But they saw them, so. They saw the trail, right, from the dark seer, even if you're smoked. So the lane pressure is coming in. They have to back up. They have to address the Treant.
Yeah, no need to do anything whilst the Aegis is still there. Time's out very shortly.
Tundra smoking out themselves. Mid one, soon to have a blink if he wants to get down. I love it. You're just going to get last item blink dagger on the Centaur this game since he just versus so much big team fight. BZM haste.
Radiant are scanning.
Tense upcoming moments. Dagon now. Riddies does have it for the tree. How many greater healing lotuses? Always try to keep track of this. Looks like it is Tundra who has had most map control, so they are claiming all of those. Saksa, 25, has been hit.
Dire are
Usually
dead.
takes Hunter tonight, but the Dark Ascension one has its merits when you're playing versus the saving of Riddies. See which one he wants this time. Usually I see them all take the Hunter tonight because it's so much, but like I said, there's merit for the other. As he does take the Hunter tonight. As his damage is nothing to laugh at this point in the game. When you have a Nullifier, as these 4-position Night Stalkers, and you have this, you have plus 175 damage from it too, so. NAVI Junior walking right into mid one.
And they're straight away. In with the Doom. They want a quick kill, no chance of a stampede out, and they'll get it. So they can go for more. Niku goes for BZM, and the Ice Bar comes out as well as the Macropire. Niku's in trouble, he's dead! He's got buyback, he's going to use it straight away here to try and return to the action and see if they can continue to try and find more against Tundra. They make the punch up on towards Saksa. Saksa, he's away though. He's going to be able to play at the edge of the fight. And he can even look to get back in there with the help of BZM as BZM waveforms aggressively forward. Will bounce back out with the Ogre Steel Totem.
The punch.
Look at the punch on Chrysalis. He's going to get picked up by mid one.
Two big buybacks coming in, both mid one and Niku using all of his mana.
Dire's top barracks are
They have to get back.
He tried to do the long zip play and catch the Morphling before he gets BKB off with the mid zip, but BZM was able to get it off. He read the play. Top range Rex did die.
Yep.
Final one.
They were taking a bit of a beating.
Another smoke. Tundra has so many smokes. They still have another one after this too.
Niku dies again.
These pesky trains, they're always going to have some moment where they sneak during a fight and get something. And Niku, I think, did he use both? I think he used both Oh no, he didn't. Okay. He used the first BKB and he passed the Refresher Shard to the Doom.
Okay.
So there's potential for double Dooms in 40 seconds that can come out.
Tundra.
Remember, mid one did use the buyback, so there's a chance that they just Doom him again and then go for a secondary Doom on one of the other cores to prevent the save. 51 minutes in. 30 seconds until Dark Ascension. 20 seconds till Doom on NAVI Junior.
They have a smoke up themselves, NAVI Junior.
I was checking. I didn't think that I saw one.
No one's picked any up at the moment.
Tundra still does have at least one left that I saw. So tough for them to get outside at the moment on the side of NAVI Junior without that smoke. There's still no way I can check the shop for it, right? Oh, yeah, I was trying. I don't think they have one available, though. Trent coming in. They'll address it. As the blink is now done for mid one. Soon to be 25 for him as well. Not a big one by any means, but the blink, definitely a big one. And this also huge. Buys a bottle. BZM will put that in there for the next upcoming fight. Or for the Roche, potentially. Because they can look to do that if they want to with the pressure that's coming in from all three lanes.
NAVI, can they get over to this Roche?
Without a smoke, it's so dangerous because you don't know where all the vision is. I think it's too risky for them to do. Roche will go down. Crystallis has liberty to buy a full Moon Shard. And they're going to give... Oh, you keep it on Whitemon. Come on. He deserves it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he's just able to lay down these two Macropires, it's just going to create kind of like an entire screen that NAVI can't fight in.
Honestly, it's done some of the most damage in some of these team fights just when he throws down the single one. And let's be real, the quad ice path in a way that you have, right? Because you have the ice path into the breaker, into the ice path into the breaker, so you can lock down a target for... How long, actually, exactly? Quite a long time. Quite a long time. Like 5+ seconds or so, just on the Jakiro. Saksa also with a fresh BKB for the next fight, so he can actually BKB in full commit, perhaps to kill one of these fragile supports in the backlines. Riddies has to be very careful with that positioning. He did also get Ogre Seal Totem, as we saw, so has some ways to protect himself, but... NAVI Junior needs to get like a full combo off, it feels like, to have a chance in the fights versus Tundra now.
Yeah, they've been trying their best to fight. Normally, we do see what kind of PMA get like a 3-man with the vacuum.
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty damn good from him, honestly. He's delivered on most of the fights. They're giving him the refresher shard, by the way, so they moved it away from the Doom, and they're prioritizing now PMA, maybe recognizing, okay, these wall and vacuum plays are what we need. How long on buybacks? Probably looks like they are saving for them. 3 minutes on the Storm and the Centaur. Tundra does have liberty to go through with this with an Aegis and Cheese, though, to look for a fight if they want to. But right now, just controlling map. Keeping NAVI Junior stuck inside the base. Another pretty big rune, actually. Shield rune down bottom. So BZM can do the morph tech, so you morph all the way to strength, right, grab it, and you get that insane barrier. So he's got a 2600 barrier with having 50 armor. Pretty crazy. Of course, Doom dispels it, but if they don't get that off, he can just actually wail on targets and trade versus anyone.
NAVI.
They just got a smoke available, I think. They just got one of those.
Let's risk it, smoking into this Aegis.
Looking to just catch someone off guard here, but yeah, it's into this Aegis for 2 more minutes. And Tundra's on the high ground.
They do know, as you say, that if they find mid one, this buyback will still be on cooldown. So won't be able to respawn and pop a stampede.
This wraparound, the ward's down.
They're going to get the jump on Whitemon. Straight in, they go, they get the drag back as well. They've been able to kill Whitemon off immediately. They turn towards mid one. They've got the Sentinel kill. He's gone. BZM dragged up to the cliff. Will jump back down with the waveform. They'll look towards BZM.
Whitemon's
the Ice
back.
Path and Macropire will hold, got the juice back for now. But Tundra, they're having to bail out of this.
The base, Megas are done. Tier 4s also getting pressured.
And NAVI now starting to back up towards the base. The snowball comes in, but BZM's got the BKB ready. Gets punched up for now by Zayat, but they turn indeed with the angle. It catches onto the 3 of them. Got the juice is gone. Zayat's to fall. The buybacks have to come out. Got the juice comes back in immediately with his. PMA and Zayat do have the option as well.
Niku.
Tundra, they're going to pressure on. Jump forward here from BZM. Got the juice, tried to turn towards them. They get the vortex control for Niku on towards BZM. BZM is into the snowball. He's very low here. Still has the Aegis, of course, for a minute. They'll pop it out of it. He's going to be back for round 2. Can NAVI Junior set up for round 2? They surround him. Instant control with the stun. The vortex, the lockdown, is it enough? It is. The punch is there. They've killed BZM off.
He's got buyback, but they do bring him down through that Aegis. It's heavy buybacks.
3 buybacks.
But they will be able to hold on to the game here. But tier 4 drops. Megas are claimed.
They're holding on.
They are holding on.
It's costing them more and more each and every time, but they're keeping the game going, NAVI.
They get a beautiful setup there to instantly kill mid one and Whitemon, but Whitemon buys back and actually lands an unreal Ice Path.
Yeah,
he does the highest damage in the fight as this Jakiro. He did 8,300 damage. The next highest was 8K from Morphling.
And because the start of this, not a bad shot right from NAVI
Perfect
Junior,
start.
getting this wraparound and immediately isolating mid one, destroying him. So, and as I said, knowing that he's not going to get the chance to buy back. But at this point, it becomes a bit tricky. As I said, Whitemon getting this angle, they have to try and do something about this Jakiro.
Yeah, he is too much of a nuisance, and also Christos, I think he identified, oh god, just TP to the racks, we're gonna be to claim that one, and then I can rejoin the fight after BKBs and spells were used. But this right here, Ice Path, Macro Pyre, secondary Ice Path to follow at Whitemon.
But as you said, obviously the buyback enables him to make that play. So next time round, if they can get Whitemon, he's not going to have the luxury of being able to come back in and get his spells off if he gets jumped at the start of the fight again.
Absolutely. And PMA now, he buys out a Hex, so they have an instant control as well to potentially catch the Morphling off guard too. 40 seconds, BZM. NAVI Junior trying to force as much as they can during it.
Look at the mid-racks.
They also have a Hex on Niku, so double Hexes picked up for them. So
They might jump Tundra whilst they've only got the 4 of them. Tundra's got to be a bit careful how they step up.
Saksa waiting in the wings.
Depends how scared NAVI Junior are. Are they confident enough to make a jump into the base?
If you see Whitemon, maybe. But if you don't see Whitemon, I think it's too scary because this Ice Path has been devastating. They're pinging though, as if they do want to jump.
They want to stick around, but Saxon's going to get the jump. With the vacuum wall down onto the two of them, the VKBs come out from Christus and Saxa. They move forward, they're under, got the juice. Escape pack comes in, but the macro fire and Ice Puff are laid down, got the juice, gets out of the Ice Puff, the macro fire. He's on top of Saxa with the help of Nika, they'll bring Saxa down.
BZM's alive.
Got the juice, has to run now. There's BKB about to come to an end. Whitemon in on top of him, but he tries to stand his ground, no chance to run. Got the juice, falls.
The base also getting pressured.
He's out for 2 minutes. No buyback, of course. Still on cooldown after the previous defense. They're going to have to try and hold 4 versus 5, Navi.
Oh, they took a risk jumping in, going for a pressure play. They did get the racks at the least bottom, but then looking for the kills afterwards. Whitemon blinks backwards, gets a 3-4 man ice path with that macro fire. Again, the highest damage, 9,000 damage done by him.
Yeah, he's going to have some crazy damage numbers on the scoreboard after this one.
I think he might be one of the highest damages in the game, actually. I think he's, yeah, up there. Yeah, it's number 2. Actually, craziness from Whitemon. And he's got level 25 now, too, so the percentage damage goes up massively here. 60 seconds.
It's a long time.
Still no doom.
Without their carry, can Navi do it? They're going to get a Hex on the BZM, but the card comes in. Mid one, able to bail him out of there. The Nature's Wrath comes through. The second one as well with a Fresher to root them a second time. Ice Path to pull up on Niku. He needs help. Can he get out of the Ice Path? He can't. The Adaptive Strike comes in. He's dead. He does have buyback. Vacuum onto the 3 of them. The wall dropped down as well. They're moving with the Vortex. The follow-up's there for Niku. They're able to kill off both Mid one and Saxa. Mid one in with the buyback, but Saxa's buyback still on cooldown. A Hex on towards him. The Atos as well, but BZM's able to get off it with the Manta. Now he's looking to end the game. BZM's just looking to end the game.
The throne.
He's hitting the throne.
No
he wants to get out of this one, BZM, and he's going to be able to do so. GG is going to be called. Game 1. 60 minutes in, will finally go the way of Tundra.
Hopefully we see a comeback here and get to a third game. Let's find out with our casters, ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Yes, ready to get in the action here of Game 2 between Tundra and NAVI Junior. Yeah, we had a pretty crazy Game 1.
We did.
What do you sort of see coming out this one?
Bottom.
Oh.
Zayats has to be careful.
Uh-oh. Should be fine.
She's all right. The fun things, I mean, a lot of things that are very normal that I think you can look at 8 heroes kind of across the board and be like, wow, 8 heroes. I think we've seen these almost every game. Then you see the Bloodseeker and the Clockwork. These are the kind of outliers in comparison to what we've seen for most people. And let's see how they do. You know, Crystallis, of course, he loves to play this Bloodseeker. Clock, I'm not really a big fan of this hero right now, Owen. He just feels, yes, he's got a BKB piercing disable of the hook shot, but I've just seen this hero fall flat on its face too much. And nowadays, I'm still seeing people pick it versus Jakiro, but Jakiro can cast Dual Breath inside of Battery Assault, and the matchup has changed a lot. You double hit the cogs, you kill them. There's a lot of ways for Jakiro to play in the versus this matchup in the past when he couldn't. So, see how Zayats is gonna be able to do. Because I feel like Zayats overall for this team is very important when he's playing these niche heroes.
He does like kind of the not necessarily the non-support supports, but just the supports that other people aren't playing right now.
He's getting dove.
They got him.
They do.
First blood.
Deep. Yeah, very deep dive trying to catch the pull that he was doing. They'll be able to do so with the level 2 on Got the Juice in the meta.
And this mid lane matchup, BZM on his beast. Up against Niku getting that DK.
They both farm, but I've seen these Beastmasters kill heroes like the Storm.
Niku's getting bullied here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen them kill heroes at times, even though they're free farming. They apply more pressure in comparison. So Niku does have to be a little careful how low he drops.
Can he dive for this? He's going to have the root. Axe is coming in. Niku is going to be fine, but only just.
Another Axe. He's got 8 sticks, so he should be fine. Riddies does with the water rune.
He does. He's able to dive forward and steal it from BZM.
And now BZM might just be dead.
Ooh, they've got him.
He is.
Nice plays there from Riddy, swinging over to the mid and punishing BZM for that early aggressive move on towards Niku.
BZM really pushing the limit a little too far there, thinking that he can get that dive play, but Niku able to stand his ground with a great TP from Riddies. Riddies, this is one of his most popular heroes, as we've seen. Phoenix is something he really likes to play. And we're seeing Crystallis. Heroes are getting dropped low very early, so already we're seeing him have a great time in the laning phase versus this Darkseer. Whitemon does get found on the side here. The Ion Shell plus the Clock, more than enough to kill him. So this Bloodseeker pick, they'd seen the Phoenix and the Darkseer in particular, the first 2, when they picked it up. He does like to play it versus Phoenix a lot of times because Phoenix's spells cost mana, or cost health, so you're able to always get Thirst Stacks in laning phase. And versus Darkseer, you can sustain. Crystallis. Good on the cogs.
Yes, it's a good setup. See if it's going to be enough to get him. Not quite. Whitemon's able to hold the two of them back. And PMA now taking a lot of damage. Will be fine once again. Both teams keeping each other low here on the bottom.
Heroes constantly being left low. Crystalus will heal. They've got extra tangos set up, but they can commit for him again before he gets the, all that extra healing. They could look for him. BZM continuing to bully a little here. Well, we did see that kill, of course, come out. And yeah, Shiver had mentioned it toward the end there too. Do have to bring it up, even though it was versus Spirit, but NAVI Junior is 0-3 on this DK. Niku has had some difficult games on it. Bottom being dove mid, also Niku being dove with the glyph in the meanwhile.
And they'll be able to kill off Whitemon. Indeed, back over in the mid. This time around, BZM with the helping hands of Saxa will get away with the dive and killing off Niku.
Does Crystalus play his way out of this?
Yeah, he's kind of stuck in an awkward spot.
He's speedy still, 400 move speed. Heroes are starting to heal up, so it is starting to reduce.
And how can he safely get back, though?
He has TP available if he wants to go on a sneaky
But
spot.
he's got a clock hot on his trail.
Get the scan. Does he guess?
Oh, he's out. Zayats will not find him.
Crystalus is still at the tower here, but he's got backup. Okay. And he's got extra tangos to sustain. The CS in the lane is looking amazing for the side of Tundra. This Underlord is now putting a 1v1 versus a Terrorblade. So he's able to get these extra last hits because of the rotations that are coming out all over the place from Riddies. Zayats trying for this dive here, but there's TPs coming in. Saxa.
Stay in the shards. Ice Bath into the shard block. He'll turn, get the vacuum off, hold them back in the cogs here from Zayats.
But now Zayats also.
Yeah, with the numbers they've got here, Tundra, they'll be able to clean up the both of them. Dive for from Riddies. He's trying to see if he can find anything.
He might die for that.
Yeah, the damage is not going to be enough to kill off either of them.
I mean, Crystalus is going to be speedy off of it.
He won't be able to chase him. So Riddies will be fine, but not quite able to get in and kill anyone off. Saxa will just deny himself to the neutrals to reset.
And I would say all in all, mid one is the happiest out of all of this. He's literally going to be put in a position where he's 1v1 versus a Terrorblade, so he's going to free farm up here and they can't push him out of the lane. All these diving plays, all these rotations. We see Riddies trying to be super active, but he is getting the kills, but it's helping mid one have a really good start to the game, and it's a good Underlord game. Power Rune will spawn top. BZM racing toward it. Looks like he will just be able to
He's
grab
going to get it.
Loses courier. The roar is out. I mean, Riddies.
He's just dead, right?
Dead.
All right. Easy one there for BZM.
BZM has illusion and a lot of summons to play inside these cogs. Do they have the damage?
Got the juices swinging over. So BZM looking pretty dead unless this Ice Path bails him out.
It's going to bail him out.
It's actually going to bail him out.
And Zayats.
He turns, gets the axes back in. Zayats falls, and now got
Juice.
the juices in pro. He's in a whole world of hurt.
Oh boy, Owen.
That's a rough move. Punished very heavily.
Whitemon Jakiro, ladies and gentlemen, comes in and barrels BZM out. BZM's trying to give him a high five, and Whitemon doesn't give it back to him. Excuse me. But what a play from BZM individually. The roar immediately on Riddies, runs away, pops his summons inside of the cogs, and he's able to stand his ground and fight because of the backup of his team.
Yeah, that whole play hurts.
Yep.
NAVI Junior big time.
Last time we saw NAVI Junior after lanes, they got off to a pretty good start, so they were able to set that pace. Right now, this one looking to be quite behind in the laning phase at the moment versus a Beastmaster, who we've seen this hero completely take over games if he starts to get away with it early on. That's BZM. Did lose his courier, but it's going to be respawning in a second. But he has a clear 1,000 gold lead over the DK now.
Tundra. They're going to find Riddies. He's already used the dive to try and get away. Saxa was able to chase him down.
Ice Path catches Zayats as well in the back. His whole surge is wasted.
Yeah, and the two of them just, they can't kill anyone up here on Tundra. Tundra's perfectly fine.
He does fine mid one. He's got the Ion Shell.
I mean, is it enough? Mid one's pretty beefy. And it's not going to happen. Yeah, mid one does not care whatsoever.
Got the juice. Did not want to walk up and pop the meta attempt there. 1,500 HP. I mean, mid one has just built full beefiness, right? Treads, Bracer, Soul Ring. No Vanguard needed for him when he can go down this route. Might still go it eventually, but anyway, because Underlord just likes to go for these auras anyway. First DK form used, unable to even touch the tower. Hastru now playing for BZM as Tundra, looking to play around the mid lane as well. Christos is completely left alone since he's laning versus nobody, and for PMA, he has to just play catch-up mode as this Darkseer, so he's farming the stacks as we see these Darkseers do, but Saxa is in the area. He's gonna be able to soak some of that XP and maybe even threaten a kill.
Oh, off the mark with the shards, but the
Still
snowball.
trying. The Thirst is giving him vision.
He's going to have to drop the wall here, PMA, to try and slow Saxa down. Saxa might still have him.
Oh, the axes.
It got him. BZM with the snipe.
Zayat's trying to trap BZM, but with the haste, unable to. And Saxa is going to suicide. Second time this game, he's died to those neutrals to reset positioning. 8-4. This time Tundra having a phenomenal start and entry to the game. Roar is at the ready. BZM wants more.
He just goes straight up and roars Niku.
They've got the Fiend's Gate.
Ice Path to set up. Everyone comes in with a Firestorm. Niku will pop the Dragon form. He's trying to fight back here, but he's going to go down. Can they at least bring down Mid-One with them? PMA heading in. Mid-One surviving. He's still alive, Mid-One. They can't kill him.
Oh my goodness. Can they get the last touch on him? 40 HP.
He's fine. He's out of there.
He's actually going to survive. They bring 5 heroes there. Oh, and NAVI Junior, 5 brought, and they only get the 1 kill. And BZM being incredibly aggressive this game, but massively paying off for his team when he's got the Fiend's Gate to come in. Yeah, little things, of course, for Mid-One coming into play. Cloak, all these small items that he picked up, of course, allows him to stand his ground. I can't believe he survives. But it does make a big difference when he's playing into some of these under-leveled heroes, right? Level 4 on the Clockwork. Had concerns for it. Zayat's definitely having a lot of struggles here. His damage is very limited in this game at the moment versus these heroes. And Tundra now, they've got the stacks as well. 3K lead off these first 10 minutes.
Just going to get great timing on the Agnums here, BZM.
2 components already finished. NAVI Junior looking to bring together things with Niku, because these supports need some levels. Riddies is almost 6, but Zayat, he desperately needs to get some type of kill to get him enabled more. But Tundra's ready for it. Instant D-ward. Riddies has to be careful. Still no 6. Could just get gone on. How long for Fiend's Gate? 15 seconds. So for NAVI Junior, always have to remember, if you're going to bring numbers, you have to add that +1 that Tundra can bring in as well. So difficult for them to go for this pressure play in the triangle. Whitemon and Saxa looking to force some pressure on mid tower. It's pretty much dead to the next liquid fire. Can they get the deny? Let's see if Riddies is able to. No. This one, the creep gets the last hit in between the liquid fire takes too. Man, these creeps are killing it on tower last hits. BZM, whole time farming this also, of course, with an arcane rune. So he's actually still pretty much... He's got great mana to be able to go for the fight as well. And they're going to smoke off of that. Level 7 on Whitemon, level 10 on this beast. Water rune dug up, back up to full mana, full HP. They have this deep ward, so they're watching the Darkseer farm. They have information. Niku is deep. Niku's in trouble.
And one ready to come over as well to make sure.
They don't even need him.
They didn't. They had him on their own, the two of them, BZM and Whitemon.
Yeah, let's just look at Whitemon's damage after that roar really quickly. Oh, yeah. Good old Jakiro. He's just going to join mid one. He's like, okay, thank you for the portal.
Yep, they'll go back up to the top lane. Oh, what did NAVI Junior do? How do they make any sort of move?
They've killed this DK now 3 times, and I feel like their lineup is around, like, rallying around the DK. That's why they last picked it, and this DK is having the worst time ever. So very difficult to see how they recover this early game. Gonna bring the numbers, catch Crystal's off guard, but he also has Sox in the area.
He does. Can they kill him? They get the vacuum wall down. Chrysalis, he's going to keep on running.
Oh, they brought 5 for him.
They'll get him. Takes a lot, but they get the job done.
I mean, honestly, when you're behind like this, 5-manning is usually one of the better things that you can do to catch a team off guard. So looks like they should be able to get 2 kills off of it. Nicely done. And with TB, can easily turn it into a tower as well here. You're sacking things on the other side of the map when you 5-man like this, but you know, when you're at this deficit, it's probably something you have to do to catch your supports in particular back up in the game. But Tundra's okay with this. They lose 2 heroes, but they're getting a lot out of the map. I believe the pipe is done for mid one already. one of the earlier pipes I think we do see. 13 minutes on
Yeah, that's going to be pretty rough fighting into for NAVI Junior's lineup, finding the chance to get kills when mid one turns up and pops that.
Yeah, I mean, the Phoenix, the Clockwork, and the Darkseer are answered now.
Yeah.
Yes, your DK and your TB have good damage, but these require time for items to rack in. And Ags is done for the Beast as well. Tundra is at a absurd pace this game. Shrine of Wisdom, 10 seconds or so as well. Looks like Tundra want to fight around there. They'll find Riddies. Quick and easy pick. And potentially can even look for the Shrine of Wisdom too. I mean, Soxa's already in the area here. Zayats is spotted. Farewell, my friend.
Anytime they're not together as 5, they just don't stand a chance against what Tundra come running at them with.
Not at all. I mean, rallied around BZM, who's having an insane game. 6-2 and 5. The difference between him and Niku is astounding now at this point. And these the two supports at Tundra just play easier around it too. I don't want to keep harping on Clock, but definitely seeing the struggles of this guy walking in versus these heroes. It's just hard for you to... It's hard for you to utilize Battery Assault anymore in the game. They've got the blink on Niku, trying to get a kill. It's versus the tankiest hero on the map.
Look at the jump. Oh. Everything being thrown down on him, and it is necessary. It's absolutely necessary.
Surprised. And he did drop the Fiend's Gate, so maybe that's why they dropped literally everything onto him. But a lot expended, and he's not dead for that long. So 30 seconds, he's going to be able to come back up. Can they finish the tower off before he's back? Looks like they should. Glyph is popped though, 12 seconds. No one from Tundra setting up for it at the moment, but looks like they're going through the portal. Or actually, maybe they just do Tormentor. Kobold got pushed through the portal. They'll just kill that Kobold and then go for this Stormy.
Wymon's going to fall pretty low here.
Got a Lotus. Slivers of HP.
Roshan.
They're doing the trade. They're trying to get away with the trade here. It gets scanned. Does Tundra make their...
It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get over there, so they should get this one, Navi.
Yep, they will get the sneak up. Nice play. I've seen this one a few times in this tournament. Sometimes the team isn't able to kill it fast enough, but with all 5 instantly in there, a good call from NAVI Junior. They do have 2 underwhelming Aegis carriers, though, Owen. It is 2 transformation heroes having that Aegis, but at the least they do get it. Whitemon looks like he just wants to stop the push, just drops that macro pyre down in the mid lane. Pipe is finished for PMA, so again, they're 5 men. It is strong when they are clustered up. Whitemon.
They're going for him.
It's a bit deep, though.
It is. Backup's coming in here for Tundra. Saxa gets the shards down on towards Zayats. Chris coming in from the side with BZM. They go straight for the Darkseer. Get the lockdown on a PMA. Caught in the pit. He'll get his items off, but PMA will not survive.
Chrysalis dies.
They're trying to take out mid one as well, and with the damage from Got the Juice, they'll manage to succeed. So Got the Juice picking up a double.
Massive vacuum coming out from him. Hits 4 heroes.
They might get more. They've got the Dragon Tail on a BZM as well as the Supernova. They're going to kill off the Beastmaster on top of it as well.
Huge kills. Grouped up as 5. That's how they got to play versus this Tundra lineup. Especially if they get the Darkseer to get his spells off, which he did.
He got everything off pretty much before he went down there.
If he dies, if he dies right before it, this fight is a complete disaster for the side of NAVI Junior. But they get that wall vacuum and it hits. It's only a level 2 vacuum, and I want to say it was 4 heroes, right? 3 or 4 heroes, either way. Pretty beautiful one there from PMA.
We'll see again. I see, this dive, Tundra obviously tempted to turn up for this. They're like, we can fight this, throwing everything down onto PMA, but he gets to turn. Deep, 4-man vacuum ends up being, and he's able to put the pipe as well to keep the team safe before he goes down. That gives him that sort of ability, just Got the Juice. He could just step up with the Metamorphosis, get the damage done, clean up the double.
That was beautiful. Niku honestly also giving him credit. The instant blink stun, right to protect his Darkseer to allow him to get that.
And another one.
Find another. Saxa, they're hemorrhaging big kills.
Hey, Got the Juice is getting a lot out of the game right now. You can see net worth, he's shooting up there at the top.
Love to see it. And they're building items, too, to enable him. We see Riddies, he goes for Solar Crest, so not looking to play individually. He's looking to boost up his core. Zayats.
Oh, that's a nice hook shot. BZM, can he get his way out of this? He's got the Roar.
He's got Fiend's Gate too.
A little bit of a movement speed boost. Backup is coming in. Got the juices in a bit of a dangerous spot here. He's going to try and go back for the Fiend's Gate. Try and make his way back to the safety of his teammates. They're attempting to heal him up with the Sunray. The damage is too much. He goes down the ones. Riddies.
Junior.
Get the dive off just in time. Is there anything else to save? Got the juice. There's backup. Got the juice. He's fine. He's going to be fine by the looks of it. Whitemon's trying to get the Ice Path and Dual Breath onto him. It's not enough to threaten him. Got the juice. Should be able to back up here with the safety of the rest of NAVI Junior around his side.
It's 5 NAVI Juniors rotating. Crystallis did not move. So Crystallis was ensuring that he can keep that farm going while that whole fight kicks off. So Tundra come out with a big win on that one. Taking out that Aegis while also not moving Crystallis. I was watching to see if he was TPing and he was probably telling his team, I don't need to. You know, they're not diving forward for an extra kill. PMA. So Tundra wants to make the play onto him here. They do have the control with these 3 heroes. Beastmaster has the blink, but the shard's off the mark. Recovered the game a lot on the side of NAVI Junior. Still at a pretty big deficit, but some good moves when things were starting to snowball.
Absolutely.
Pretty hard there from the side of Tundra. Tundra, though, more timings are starting to be hit. Smoke coming out. They've got the Blink Roar for BZM, and I believe, yeah, with the Pipe and Suna Crimson Guard, their fights are leveling up as well. No mech just yet on the Darkseer, but he's close to having a mech and a Pipe at least to counteract in those fights. Whitemon changed the build also, just wanted to point out. Went for Boots of Bearing this game because there's limited control on Navi. Zayats.
And Whitemon is going to find the setup. They'll jump the Roar.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm shocked they threw the Roar there because they had the secondary Ice Path to stun him, but gets the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Whitemon. Looks like they're going for him.
Just got the setup.
He's got Boots of Bearing.
Now with the dive forward from Riddies, though. They can get the kill. NAVI Junior push back Tundra from their side of the map once again.
Niku wants to look for more. He's got the BKB, so they're looking to play around this timing on this side. DK form is ending pretty soon.
Still got the juices, getting just so much.
He is.
Keeping ahead this game.
Crystallis is going to have BKB soon, though, and that's going to enable him to be able to join these fights a little bit easier, but there is still a lot of physical damage, as we see, when they beat on him with the DK and the TB. If they isolate him...
They're going to head his way up top.
Oh, that would have been perfect time for them to catch him right before the BKB, but Crystallis, aware. Blink now for Soxa is finished, so... NAVI Junior's fight, so it is complicated, right? They only have that one stun on the DK to work with. Of course, the clock can too, but this blink on Soxa can prevent a lot of the aggression from coming out with that save. Yeah, Niku's made honestly, Niku's made a hell of a recovery as well.
Yeah, he had a rough time at the beginning of this one, but he's got the tools he needs to have the impact in these fights.
If him and the TB literally can just be put in the back lines and just having that distance to be able to hit the Bloodseeker when he's running in, that's the key to success for NAVI Junior's draft. They just have to create that like impenetrable wall from getting to the 2 of them there. There's Tundra. Multiple timings about to be hit. Crystallis' BKB is done. BZM has his BKB, and they've got Crimson Pipe. On top of the Blink, of course, with Soxa. So let's see if they look for a head-on engagement themselves. How close is Zayats to his Aghanims? He's getting closer. Riddies is in an aggressive position here. We'll be able to clear out that wave. Missed the one creep. Is able to stop that pressure coming in toward the mid wave though, but Tundra grouping up.
Yeah, I mean, they really want to fight with Crystallis.
Yeah. It does feel like it. With these BKB timings that they've gotten now, the 2 of them plus the Aura on mid 1, he can join the front with the Fiend's Gate. Niku.
Okay, further backups coming in for Niku around this tier 2 if they want to try and fight NAVI Junior, but they've been hit by the scan, so Tundra maybe eyeing up a potential to dive.
Soxa's just checking it out. DK form is expiring. They do have that backline ward, so I think they just saw the DK form expire and they're looking to make the move on Niku. So Let's get the blink away.
Oh.
They're following him though. Saksa, eyes on him with the blink.
Pretty far away from the rest of his team.
They've got it. They know exactly where he is.
They get the setup. Niku will get the BKB off. He's going to go for the BKB TP.
They've got the damage.
Too much damage.
Uh-oh. Now when he respawns, no BKB. Tundra. Not having to expend too much. They still have the roar for the next go.
Navi, do they want to try something without their Dragon Knight then?
They're considering it, but they don't have that hard stun.
Ice Path.
Ice Path, Riddies.
It's going to catch him. Try and keep him alive at PMA. Not able to offer up enough to save Riddies, and now PMA is caught by the Rupture.
Oh, and he is taken out.
There's nowhere to run, surely. He's going to try and dodge out the Blood Bright. Crystallis, he's in there, finishes him off. Hook shot coming from Zayats. He's able to get the catch on a Saksa. It's only just the two of them here on NAVI Junior, though. Just Zayats and Got the Juice. Zayats will die for his efforts there, as of course Got the Juice does not want to get involved.
Zayats tried to get the angle on Crystallis. It actually hits Saksa because he didn't see him. If he hits Crystallis there's a chance maybe that he gets that kill there, but not the case. And now things have broken for NAVI Junior. Their 5-man team fight, their ball that they were kind of relying on to keep themselves in a good spot this game. Now the wall is down. They're starting to lose, and Hemorrhage Heroes across the board here versus Tundra's picks.
Coming in with the respawns now.
Meta was used though, wall was used. This looks awkward if they want to try to run into Tundra here. They'll have to back up and wait for those cooldowns to come back up in order to look to mount a fight versus Tundra. But the lead, it's growing fast, Owen. 9,000 lead now. And they can look to continue pressure. Bizia setting up for top. He's going Lincoln's versus the limited control versus the single stun and the Sunder in particular, the two spells that he can reflect.
Yeah, they can look to finish this tier 2 top if they want Tundra.
Yeah, no glyph available. They definitely look to surround this area. They did find the D ward, as we saw earlier. NAVI Junior was able to at least take the one that got them dove. They'll get an exchange, so Tormentor for tier 2. Good shard. One of the better ones you can get. He's got the max sun rarity too, so this could be pretty relevant if they don't find him in the back, because he's got level 2 egg too. Definitely something to keep tabs of. SNY now finished up. So you see, Got the Juice is still the highest farm tier. It's just these other two cores are really falling off a cliff, especially PMA this game. Last game he was owning on this Darkseer. This time he's just not been able to find these similar connections.
It's much harder for him.
Yeah, it's just he's been answered a lot more this game, right? Playing versus the Bloodseeker. Last game was a pretty good Darkseer game, playing versus the Morphin NP as the game progressed, but this one, different types of carries that he's playing versus.
Are scanning.
Tundra look like they're waiting for that Roche, and it is a
Under attack.
fast one.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Now we're getting away with some pressure down bottom, NAVI Junior.
They scouted it, so I believe the rocket did see, right, at the end of it? So they did see for a second, but it dies insanely fast. It's actually already been brought down.
I can get straight back on with the pressure. I mean, with the Aegis, they can definitely look at trying to go for the high ground pretty soon here, Tundra, with the advantage they have. If they get any sort of setup and jump between the supports, Whitemon and Saksa.
Absolutely. Yeah, they can definitely look for any of these fights. Zayat's Aghanim is finished, so was able to find this picked up finally on the Clockwork. So still really struggling in this game, but we'll be able to get that finished up. Got the Juice. Lincoln's also has been picked up now, so he's got the protection versus the Roar and the Rupture in particular, but there's a few other spells, of course, he has to deal with.
Is under attack.
Still looking to play on the south side. Whitemon is scouting him, though. This ward, it's been placed. Got the Juice.
Can he get the angle? Got the Juice already backing off, but they're going to try and cut him off with the Fiend's Gate.
Can they get the connection?
He's out just in time.
Good awareness from him. That was scary moments.
NAVI, is it going to be enough having their TB in this position? Can he carry this?
On his own, it looks very, very difficult. They do have good team fight rallied around him, though. It's going to take some crazy execution to protect this egg, allow that full sunray with an amp damage. This could be a potential attempt for a sneaky play. If they can get a good fight, play around that Aegis. This has got the juice having the damage. They're gonna smoke with that. Yeah, this is if they can find a good sequence of fight with this amp damage, he's gonna kill targets so fast. Let's see who they run into. This is the Aegis, and he's got a BKB.
He does.
He popped.
Gets it off immediately, turns his attention over towards Niku, but Niku himself pots the BKB, he looks to stand his ground, so Chrysalis has to back off. Hookshot forward from Zayat, gets the catch onto Whitemon, gets him trapped in the cogs, and Whitemon's able to get forced out of there. So if they can chase anything in, NAVI Junior dive forward into the Supernova, Sunray out over towards Whitemon, they burn through the Dragon, and now they burn through the Underlord. NAVI Junior get the kills.
This amp damage is doing an insane amount of work. Chrysalis, will they find him as well in the tree line? So close, PMA. Nice try. Nice fight. It was very fast reaction from Chrysalis to get the BKB off, but immediately I think he noticed. He's like, wait a minute, I'm getting hit so hard, I need to back away. As NAVI Junior commits forward for the fight. Really good play from them. Quite a bit used. They did pop Egg, they popped Meta, they popped DK form, so all was expended. So Tundra, when they respawn, could just look for that fight back against them.
Can they get anything off the back of that fight, Na'Vi?
Radiant's top tower.
Doesn't look like anything but just getting those kills. BZM now. Lincoln's is finished.
Dire are scanning.
A lot of ninja gears this game. As we see people just really looking for the positioning, as we saw on Tundra in particular. I think they have, what, 3 ninja gears that I see this game? Really looking to have that, yeah, protect the 2 backliners with ninja gears, and then the frontliner who's hunting has the ninja gear. So we got a bit lucky on BZM. They're getting time to back up though. Replenish these cooldowns. So Meta back up in 40 seconds. DK forms at the ready. Egg in 30.
Now Chrysalis and Sax are walking straight in.
They have 80 seconds on this Aegis they want to kill.
Zayat is able to hook shot out of this. Chrysalis, can he still find any further catch? The setup's going to be there from mid-one. Coming in with the pit.
Niku.
Zayat, he'll be found. But Niku indeed gets the space to TP out.
Didn't have the punch available. Sox had used it at the start, and no BZM in the area. So they just lose a clock for that. Got the juice. He's been spotted. Whitemon keeping tabs of him. But Whitemon will be seen himself. And now got the juice. Potentially looking for...
Oh, he's got to be careful on the TV. There's a lot around here for Tundra.
Shards. Won't catch him.
And Na'Vi, just wait out those last 30 seconds on the Aegis before they go looking to find to Tundra.
Very interesting that Niku did go for that nullifier this game, right? Of course, gets rid of the Crimson block that gets popped in some of these scenarios, and I guess the Yules and the potential defensive items that the supports would be building, but pretty early built it. Usually we've been seeing this nullifier only picked mostly versus the Escape Act in a lot of scenarios, but yeah,
sure.
Accelerated the build of having it. It gives him damage, of course, right? But
it does, and yeah, I guess mainly wants to kind of keep these people locked down in the cogs, right?
Yeah.
Zayat gets them trapped in that.
I think it's also it's a Lincoln's breaker too, right?
Yep.
So then he has that, so I can definitely understand why he wants to have this. It's one of the most valuable items you can pick up always is Zayat's versus Saksa. Fiend's Gate coming in.
He's got the hook shot, but won't be able to get out of this one, Zayat. Same time though, Evil with Whitemon got the juice. Able to find the Jakiro here with the help of Niku.
Bottom. BZM is here on Got the Juice.
Oh, he's going back, got the juice.
Yeah, he's getting out of there. He was like, oh god, BZM's here. He'll dip out. Crystallis was also in the area, so good call from Got the Juice to leave. Crystallis almost having his next big item. Butterfly soon on the horizon. I was thinking he might consider something like that Revenant Brooch because he's playing versus the TB, but could see it on either side. It's just very valuable versus both these Agi cores. Mid one starting to build toward that Atos Gleipnir of the 5th item that we've seen from these Underlords too, which make fights very difficult to maneuver around inside of these pits, and these Firestorms are huge. Scotty finished up the Got the Juice. Tanky. Definitely a very tanky Terrorblade at this point. 4,000 HP on him.
Yeah, he's still smashing these timings.
He is keeping the game together for the team. He's 6-1-6 on this TB so far. Saksa on the hunt again, at least getting some vision down with this ninja gear to set up for these Fiend's Gate plays. But 10 seconds till it's up.
BZM ready to join him.
Good awareness from NAVI Junior. I think it's Zayats who was pointing that out, but they have that ward on the Twin Gate, and he was actually just telling them, hey, somebody's smoked going through this Twin Gate, so just be aware of the positioning, Tundra. So he was pinging that out instantly. Crystallis, that butterfly, it's pretty much done now. Yeah, finished up for this next fight. So that much stronger versus the Terrorblade. Oh, Owen. Amp damage top.
And they're going to have their hands on that one, Tundra. Ready with the smoke.
Yep, they passed the bottle over to Crystallis for the fight, too. Got the Juice needs to live a very long time in the fights. He needs to survive the entirety of the fight for them to have this. Needs to be in that full back line. He cannot get caught at the start of things.
NAVI Junior are going to expect this. PMA is going to be the first to get found. They're in with the Roar, the Punch, the Bloodbright as well. Not a chance for the Darkseer now, turning over towards Zayas, catching him in the shards. He'll look to hook shot out of there.
He yanks him
He's
out of the
actually
Yules.
going to make it away.
He got the hook shot as the Yules was casted, so he gets to pull him out of it. That was actually pretty cool.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So just the one of them going down.
He didn't pop the amp damage, though, Owen. Crystallis did hang on to it, so still has it for the next catch. And Roar, it's a pretty low cooldown. 30 seconds until he can look for another one. Got the Juice, a really sneaky play, though. Immediately sends the illusions down bottom, so he's applying some pressure onto this lane here that Tundra might have to react to.
And he's just not getting found.
He's not.
He's constantly finding these solid spots to be in.
Whitemon.
I've got the Juice could just try and turn and kill him.
Just get the Force away. Is it enough? Whitemon, the Crimson block.
He's going to be fine. And got the Juice. Doesn't want to mess around with him anymore. Knows that there's likely reactions from Tundra.
Immediately you say, what? As a 5 position, though, you go, meta was just used, guys. So for this next upcoming fight, they can look to play around that meta.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty huge, as you said. No meta, and the fact that they still have the amplified damage rune on Crystallis. It's a good time for Tundra to bring the team fight.
I mean, it's astonishing that Whitemon can actually survive there without a Ghost Scepter, right? Like, usually in those situations, you're just dead to that TV, but ends up just surviving. So no meta now. It's going to be down. It's about a quarter duration. And Roche is up, too.
I mean, can you look to try and contest it without meta? You just have to let it go to Tundra.
I think without meta, Got the Juice can't do what he does. But let's see how they look to contest it. I think it's crazy if they do try to do it. But
Sure.
NAVI Junior has done some impressive stuff throughout this series anyway.
Into the pit they go, Tundra. Maybe we'll see Zayats go for a steal. They have got ways they can kind of throw themselves into the pit.
They're smoking for the contest without meta. All right, let's see what they can do.
Oh,
Saksa. They're finishing off that Roche.
Niku tries to jump across, but indeed the Roshan's already been taken. They turn with the Roar and rupture onto Niku. Niku in trouble. The stun comes out. Crystallis brings in the damage.
And
As he
Riddy's-
finishes him off and gets the full heal.
He's also caught. Does get to dive away somehow, but the bird chases
The bird
him.
indeed it got him. Tried for the dive TP, but the bird of BZM ends up rooting him after the dive. They tried to go for it, but it was risky.
It's such a big risk at the way that you're... Like, they've been playing pretty careful the whole time, and I think that's such a risk to do without meta. You kind of just deliver Niku.
And it was already awkward, because nice little play there from mid-1. Set up the area by doing this Fiend's Gate, where he puts it on the stairs and in the mid. So it's like, you know, he's not going anywhere.
There's
but
no
just to
way to
get the
help. Yeah,
double
exactly.
pits, it just creates this whole area where, sure, Niku could still get in there with the blink, but the rest of the team couldn't follow because mid-1 just blocked them off completely with the Aghanim's Fiend Gate set up.
And I'm sure Got the Juice is saying, like, I don't want to go in this fight anyway,
Yeah.
guys. Like, I don't have meta. We'll be coming back up in 5 seconds, but again, losing Niku. And now playing versus Aegis. This refresher shard, so the double roars are there. And he does have a Force Staff, as we saw built up from BZM earlier, so has ways to break the links and get the roars off. Got the Juice, going for the pressure, mid-1. He's got backup coming in.
Mid-1 will die. Can they Got the Juice? The punch.
In the base too, BZM fighting with Crystallis.
I mean, Got the Juice is going to get kicked back up to the high ground. He's kind of chilling though still. In a bit of an awkward spot, Got the Juice. They're going to continue to try and play around with him with the punch and the ice path.
Hey, the supports are toying with him. In the base, Crystallis versus Niku.
Oh, that's going to be the Aegis gone. Coming in with a buyback now, Zayas. He wants to try and set up for them to be able to take Crystallis down a second time. Got the Dragon Tail. Meanwhile, Got the Juice ends up killing off Whitemon.
Might be able to get Saxa.
I mean, Saxa's got to be careful. The supports tried to tease around with them. They ended up losing one of their lives. And of course, as you said, at the same time, top, Crystallis loses the Aegis, and he might just lose his life after that as well. They're in with the hook shot.
He's kind of speedy, though.
Oh my goodness,
oh my God.
Charging down the river.
The Wandering Whirl plus that move speed pops the Thirst of Force too, because these heroes are low, and he just zooms out of there.
So they got the range racks top right. They lose the Aegis.
Almost get the melee racks. It was actually at like 100 HP. I think some TPs got canceled because the way they all started off, I think some people were TPing, and then I think Zayas maybe hook shot. I was looking at both different sides.
There's a lot of fights happening on both sides of the map there. Got the Juice, of course, ends up coming out on top. Those supports mess with him, but as we saw at the end, he did manage to get one of the kills.
Honestly, that was a pretty nice move, all things considered, right? Playing into this Aegis push with the Refresher Shard. They do an exchange where Got the Juice gets things out of it. He's still 8-1 and 6 on this TB, and now he has MKB.
He's going to have it online,
so has a way to focus fire versus this Bloodseeker too.
Yeah, great TB play so far.
Yeah, he's killing it. Truly is.
And a not an easy game.
No.
Not an easy game for him to do it, but he's doing it so far. He got the Juice.
Tundra. I believe these are Ninja Gears, not smokes, so double Ninja Gear on the support again to set up. A nullifier on Crystallis. I think he's getting annoyed because of this surge, these force staffs, these little saves that we've seen come out from the side of NAVI Junior also. They have a deep ward. NAVI Junior did get this sneaky deep ward on the high ground.
Oh, they get the jump on Saxa. They're going to go for the tusk first. Caught him in the cogs. He'll buy some safety here with a snowball. It's going to take it pretty deep over towards Zayas.
The
Supernova trying to split the fight up. Tundra, can they turn and take the egg down? They can't! Riddies gets it off successfully. The vacuum down to the three of them. Crystallis, he moves in over towards Niku, but he hasn't got enough damage to kill the dragon off on his own. Saxon now closes in, but Niku's safely back up to the high ground. They're focusing the Terrorblade. Can they kill him off? He'll get the mantle. The Thunder off. He'll survive. Kills off mid-one. Turns to BZM. Got the Juice. Lives.
Beyond godlike for him now. Niku does die.
Whitemon trying for the TP out. Got the Juice find him. Yes, he can. A triple kill to clean the fight up as Got the Juice. He's living up to the role of a carry here.
Absolutely, Owen. I mean, a fraction of HP, and he gets the Sunder off onto mid one.
And we're seeing Crystallis, even with all the farm he has as this Bloodseeker,
fight him head on.
I don't know if it's the hero or the items, it's just yet that the damage, it's not enough, right? You see him get in there, but he's having to kind of pull back. He can't full commit to the Bloodseeker against these heroes.
The last attack on the egg, literally one attack left on it, it detonates and it causes disaster.
Yeah, we'll see that.
Tundra at the end.
Because at this point, Tundra, they've got everything ready to go. Crystallis, he wants to get in there. They turn their attention over towards the egg, but as you say, one hit.
Ends up popping.
And Crystallis, full health. Niku's pretty low, but already with the range of the BKB, Crystallis is like, well, I can't stand toe-to-toe with the Dragon Knight. This is getting too scary. Gets back in towards the end, but even then, Niku, he survives on this low HP for so long. And meanwhile, Got the Juice is just absolutely destroying mid-one and Tundra and BZM. They couldn't kill him. They got so close, could not stop him getting the Sunder off.
It's a picture-perfect fight for NAVI Junior, right? Pretty much nobody dies except for Niku at the very tail end of everything there. Getting themselves the first melee racks of the game. Pit coming in, looking like they do want to fight outside NAVI Junior. They're escaping, but they do get caught on Riddies.
He's got egg in 5 seconds.
Doesn't want to use it.
He might if he gets the chance. No.
He's saving it.
He'll die.
Buyback just in case, too. Doesn't want to use it if they do have like a big fight kickoff. Got the Juice. Showing that he can stand his ground. Now has another item finished up, too. The Satanic has been purchased up. He is getting to 6. He's getting up, full slot territory. Even at an 11K deficit, we're seeing that he's got a chance. Absolutely versus this lineup.
Yeah, he's doing so much.
He is. And they're buffing him up, right? We see these Lotuses, these Solars, everything being thrown onto him. They don't have those buff ups on the side of Tundra to amplify Crystallis. Level 25 has been hit, so 2 Rupture charges are at the ready. This game truly is beautiful to watch, though. It's It's all eyes on Got the Juice, how much he can do, how hard he can actually stand and carry. Can they chain lockdown him on Tundra is the question before that Sunder comes out. BZM may be making the call that he wants to farm and finish up his refresher so they can have that super long control versus him. But it's going to give time for NAVI Junior. Get these next few big items finished up. I mean, Niku. Looked like he did want the Ags. Now he's pivoting, maybe wanting to get a Lincoln's as well for his Terrorblade. If they can just multi-stack him onto Got the Juice, perhaps he can just carry on his own. See if he does commit for that item or not. Crystallis has shown his next item. I mean, he's out of slots as well, too. We're seeing both these cores hitting crazy levels of farm. So the Aghanims was what he was considering, but he's still debating between two different choices on Crystallis if he wants Swift Blink or that Ags. Ags definitely has its merits to man fight, right? That's kind of like this concept around it, having that pure damage plus that extra lifesteal that it provides for you.
Radiant are scanning.
25, long meta duration also, level 27 on Got the Juice. They're moving forward for a potential siege, but Tundra's setting up behind them.
If they can get in with the jump, some sort of dive for from Riddies, if he gets off with another supernova like that, they can look to try and bring this team fight to the high ground.
Yeah, they have to protect it though. It does seem important. Saksa.
It's a big wraparound.
The Fiend Gate is right on top of them.
They get the jump. They're going to find Zayats.
The egg.
Zayats is able to get the glimmer off. I mean, mid one. He's going to look to try and help take off the egg, and this time they'll take it down easily. Aurora come down onto Niku. Can they bring this fight back together, NAVI Junior? As Niku's falling low, Got the Juice getting focused. The vacuum from PMA comes out for the two of them. Got the Juice is kind of left on his own now. Can he do anything here against the four of them left alive here, beaten down upon him? They have the ice path control. Got the Juice, can he get the Sunder off? He can. But on his own now, he cannot carry this fight.
That was the dream fight for Tundra.
They separate them completely.
Yeah.
They deal with the egg. They split them apart. NAVI Junior just can't get the setup for Got the Juice to pop off this time.
Nobody else gets anything off, really.
Yeah.
Right? They went for all the other targets. They're like, okay, I think we're recognizing how to do these fights. The TB is doing a ton of work, but if we can just control him and kill the rest, that's how we can thrive, and that's exactly what happens.
Absolutely. I think they just weren't ready for Tundra to come at them for this angle.
I mean, this Fiend's Gate, honestly. Mid one just plops it right on top of them, and the deep, the buff that you get, of course, too, the damage reduction. Got the Juice can't hit the target that comes through the Fiend's Gate at the start there, so they just finish off that egg.
Yeah, and just can't get in position or close enough to the rest of the team to be able to stand his ground this fight. Got the Juice. Tundra able to tackle NAVI Junior perfectly as they pick them apart one by one in this team fight.
And now a 23k lead. Niku spent his gold on the Aghanims right before that fight too. 45 seconds on the Terror.
This is going to be a heavy push. What do they do about this NAVI Junior? They've got the buyback available on Got the Juice, or they will have to wait the 35 seconds. And in that time, a lot of damage is going to be done.
Might just have to wait for the DK, but
They get the raw on Zayats. Zayats, he's out. No buyback for him for 50. As Tundra hold NAVI Junior back towards the fountain, get the space required to keep this push coming in.
Got the Juice is just waiting for the DK. He doesn't want to try a fight without having the full squad, but they will have to, at least without the clockwork, but they do want to have that core DK in. Damage is done. Looks like it's about to be Mega Creeps.
Saksa
looking for a kick.
He's going to get the kickback on the Riddies. Riddies able to dive away. Lotus as well to reflect the snowball. Turn towards him. Can they control Saksa? He gets the punch up on a Riddies. Riddies, he'll get the egg off. They'll look towards the supernova. Can they kill it off in time? They can't. They've got to back off away from the egg here as the egg goes off successfully. Got the Juice. Caught by the stun. Crystallis moves it. Got the Juice. Chain stunned. Not a chance once again to fight back as he's out. They'll kill them up towards the fountain. PMA will survive. The stun and nullifier thrown down on a Crystallis. The buybacks coming in from both Riddies and Got the Juice. Jump forward for Niku. Burns down Saksa. Now they turn to Crystallis. Hook shot forward. They close in. Control the Bloodseeker. They get the kills. Does cost them the 2 buybacks. And indeed, the damage to the base has been done.
Is it queue up Rapier time? I think it is. Yep. Got the Juice immediately does do so. They need it. They need to just push these lanes down, run down the mid lane.
Sure.
Maybe
They
sell
can
an
get the
item and
Roche.
pick it up. Roche is up. They can buy back on Tundra to contest for it, though.
I don't know if would they. I don't know. I think they're chilling, Tundra.
Probably chilling.
I think they're like, you know what? Let them get the Roche, whatever. They're still obviously, what, 31k, 30k ahead.
They are
They
very
have the
comfortable.
mega creeps.
Absolutely.
They probably don't need to go for too crazy of a play themselves, Tundra. NAVI Junior, though, of course, on their side, they have to go all out.
Whitemon is walking over, and he does have his Aghanims, so can look to put a lot of pressure on this Roche pit.
Even this could be a bit risky. If he shows himself, Zayt's is able to find him with a hook shot.
And this Macro Pyre's going to do a lot of damage on. It's going to annoy the hell out of him. They've got
The heals. Yeah, he's got Satanic as well. So they'll be able to stay in the pit. BZM stepping over.
They're thinking about the jump.
Look at the kill. Oh, he's in! He gets the stats!
No
Wait,
way!
He gets the kill and the
What?
pickup! I mean,
How did he get
quickly
both?
take the Aegis off.
Oh my god, Whitemon.
He might die twice for this.
So?
You've stopped them getting the Aegis.
You stopped the Aegis.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They used buybacks. That was insane.
Getting the kill and the snatch. He gets both.
And what else? Did he get some?
Did he get the other pickups?
Was that an old banner or a new banner? I don't remember if that was an old or new banner.
That might have been a new one, because otherwise where's the banner on NAVI Junior?
I think
right?
he got both. Yeah, I think he got banner and Aegis and last hit.
Oh, well, there we go.
Whitemon delivered like a beast in the last game with his Ags, Macro Pyres, and now he just steals away.
We'll see it again. Indeed, yeah, the Macropyre ticks.
Oh, the Ice Path catches them, the stun, so
Yep.
they're able to just blink it. Oh my god.
And indeed, grabs Aegis at banner in the backpack of the map. So, yeah, wow, there you go. You can't ask for more from Jakiro. He popped off first game, popping off here in this game too.
30k lead, pressure on all lanes, got the juice. Still very likely that he does have to go down the Rapier route.
What's he selling for it?
I'm debating.
They're
They're both so the Manta and the Hurricane Pike are so good.
you
That's
need the
issue.
dispels and the save yourselves.
And the illusions just do so much damage because of the way that your Dark Unity works.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough
call for Got the Juice.
Either way, Tundra, they're camping that area as well too.
Well, Navi.
Zayt's.
He's going to go for it, Zayt's. Gets the jump. Pit's going to throw him down in return from mid one. Sack's able to bounce away with the Ogre Seal Totem.
They're going to be stuck in these pits for some time, and Niku got to continue to get pit inside of it. Lane pressure's coming in from the Megas.
He's got to make his decision soon, Got the Juice. He has to sell something and get this Rapier before it's too late. What's he going to sell? He's not.
It's got to be one of those two, but I just don't know. Maybe it is Hurricane. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see.
I think you're right. Hurricane Pie is probably the one that's got to go.
It's just because Manta gives you a lot of bonus damage with Unity, but Manta also works so well with Rapier, right? So maybe he does sell the Manta because I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. He needs it either way for that high ground hold. As Tundra smoked up, looking to go for the final go.
I mean, as I said, he's not bought it yet. He might not have it before the end of the game.
Uh-oh, PMA. He shows himself.
Saxy gets the jump. They get the kickback as well with the rupture combo. PMA's gone. Does have buyback available. He'll come in with it.
BZM gets the roar off.
The roar onto Niku. They're backing off, respecting the buyback here from PMA. The hook shot not going to latch from Zayt's.
That's DK form. That's meta. Meta's going to be wearing off pretty soon, Owen.
I mean, it's still... He's got to make that purchase. Okay, he's making it now. He's making it now. He's 100 gold.
He sold nothing.
So he's just sold nothing. He's going to try and juggle the items around his backpack. Just needs a little bit more. He's got to get a few more creeps so he can get this delivery done. And it's in a dangerous spot. He's got to be careful with that courier. Hope he keeps it disassembled before he delivers it back. He did not, so it's risky.
It's going through the creep wave.
It's risky.
They see it.
Oh, that's risky.
Saksa won't be able to hunt for it, though. It gets along the tree line.
All right, the delivery's going to be made.
Okay.
So looks like the... I mean, at the moment he's got the refresher shot. Obviously, he's got to try and get in there as well. He's going to slot the Lincoln Sphere out.
Okay. Definitely chances where he just gets roared and dies 100-0, but he's going for the all-in. Right, he's going for the big, risky players.
Okay.
Okay, they're resetting themselves, getting themselves prepped for this defense.
I mean, it's getting up to another kind of 60-minute game. Crazy series so far. I mean, obviously, game one, NAVI Junior, both of these games, they're giving it their all.
They sure are.
To try and hold out here against Tundra. Game one, they couldn't do it. Game two is looking tougher at this point with the Mega Creeps up against them, but Rapier Terrorblades online.
And they did pass away that refresher start to Darkseer. So chaos, right? They're looking for chaos in fights. So double wall, double vacuum, just try to control these heroes so Got the Juice can stand and attack for the entirety of the fight. He needs to have full freedom on this TB.
They've got to do everything they can to make sure Got the Juice gets the chance to hit.
Let's see if he can do it. could just get full lockdown, as we've said.
I mean, yeah, a rupture and a kickback, as we've seen that combo.
The banner is down. Mid one.
The ice bomb for the
Forcing the
Macropyron got the juice. They get the kickback. Got the juice. They get the vacuum. Wall down onto the three of them. Got the juice. He's been rooted. They've got to help him out. He's getting roared. Is there any save? There's not. Got the juice is dead. Rapier hits the ground. Ice path from Whitemon catches on Riddy. Snowball forward. They've got the control to kill off the Phoenix. The second roar down on Aniku. It's over. GG's called. Tundra will close up this series 2-0 despite NAVI Junior's best efforts.
They made them work for it, though, Owen. I got the juice, played his heart out. 11-4 and 8. He was at one point, I think, 11-1 and